love of liberty, in the fires of hope and prayer, with boundless faith in our destiny, we solemnly declare. Side by side we stand, islands of the blue Caribbean Sea, this our native land. We pledge our lives to thee. Here every creed and race find an equal place, and may God bless our nation. Here every creed and race find an equal place, and may God bless our nation.
Heavenly Father, we come before you at the start of this new day, giving thanks for life, for health, and the opportunity to serve through this station. We ask for your divine presence to guide us in all we do. Bless this broadcast, that it may be a source of inspiration, joy, and unity to all who tune in. Whether near or far, may our words uplift, our music heal, and our message bring light to those who need it most. We pray for our listeners wherever they may be. Grant them strength for the day ahead, peace in their hearts, and success in all they put their hands to. Cover those traveling with your protection, and those at home with your comfort and provision. Lord, may everything we do bring honor to you and be a blessing to others. Guide our steps, bless our efforts, and let this station be a vessel of positivity and hope. In your name we pray. Amen.
Your voice, your soundtrack, your station. New Era TT Radio. NETT Radio.
Them caught in a system cold, chasing shadows that take their soul. But the rhythm of hope is strong. Feel the beat, it guide us along. Plant the seed of change in the ground, and reap the fruits of love from this song. I'm sure we can rise from the shadows as we shine. Through the pain and the sorrows, leave the darkness behind. For the youths and the future, let the healing begin. The rhythm of we island, let love pull us in. So come from the dusk till dawn, as we rise up every morn. We'll fly through the skies like plane, all people will rise again. Hand in hand is how we'll start, everyone can play their part. Man, woman and child come in, let the cleansing begin. Come on! Common man times real hard, crime and murder driving we mad, and the youths them can't find no work, cause the system take them for joke. Let the positive fight control, we must not lose sight of our goal. In spite the stress and the strain, let us build our country again. I'm sure we can rise from the shadows as we shine. Through the pain and the sorrow, leave the darkness behind. For the youths and we future, let the healing begin. In the rhythm of the island, let love pull us in. So come from the dusk till dawn, as we rise up every morn. We'll fly through the skies like planes. All people will rise again. Hand in hand is how we'll start. Everyone can play their part. Man, woman and child come in. Let the cleansing begin. Politicians drive the nice car, while the poor man bite the finger. Oil money blow away like dust. The people don't know who to trust. But every crisis we will master and rise to triumph from disaster. We will cast the evil away. We make the solemn pledge here today. I'm sure we can rise from the shadows as we shine. Through the pain and the sorrows, leave the darkness behind. For the youths and the future, let the healing begin. In the rhythm of the island, let love pull us in. So come from the dusk till dawn, as we rise up every morn. We'll fly through the skies like planes. All people will rise again. Hand in hand is how we'll start. Everyone can play their part. Man, woman and child come in. Let the cleansing begin. Clean the heart. From the ghetto I born and grow, I learned to make joy from sorrow. Though my story was hardship and pain, I see the blessings falling like rain. And every time the setbacks would come, I keep the faith and weather the storm. With every step and toil I strive, just to keep my dreams alive. I'm sure we can rise from the shadows as we shine. Through the pain and the sorrows, leave the darkness behind. For the youths and the future, let the healing begin. In the rhythm of the island, let love pull us in. So come from the dusk till dawn, as we rise up every morn. We'll fly through the skies like planes. All people will rise again. Hand in hand is how we'll start. Everyone can play their part. Man, woman and child come in. Let the cleansing begin.
Wake up, rise up. It's the NETT Radio Breakfast Show, bringing you the energy, music and vibes to start your day right.
All people will rise again. Hand in hand is how we'll start. Everyone can play their part.
Well, guess what?
Man and child.
That means you, and you. We can all play our part. As Trinidad and Tobago will rise again. Yeah.
We'll fly through the sky.
Good morning, everybody. How are you doing? Yeah. Good morning, Trinidad, Tobago, neighbors in the Caribbean, friends and family streaming all around the globe, different time zones and time slots. Everybody coming in right about now. Good. Good morning to you. Oh, we are so happy to be in your company in the land of the living. Good morning to all our early risers. Trusting and hoping that all is well with you in your space this morning, yeah? Of course, you're listening to NETT Radio, New Era TT Radio, the heartbeat of the Caribbean, and yes, we are taking you above and beyond. Excellent, sir. Yeah. I want to say much thanks to the Heavenly Father as always, bringing us together for another day. All that we do, dear God, everything that we do, dear Father, I pray that it be a blessing on to you. People, I'm yours through this Charles in your company. As we welcome you to the Tuesday edition. I have to remember that it's the Tuesday edition of The Breakfast Show.
Get up, it's the time to start the day. The Breakfast Show is here, we bring in the soca way. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Wake up, it's a brand new dawn. The Breakfast Show got the vibes turned on. From Maracas Bay to the Savannah line, let's start the day
Okay, so make sure you get it. Yeah, make sure you get your doubles. Make sure you get your morning drink, and make sure you are here with us. Yeah, on the breakfast show. It's a great pleasure to be here with you people. As I said, it is a Tuesday. It is the 11th day of August. So yes, the days are moving by very quickly. Not waiting on anybody. And we are happy to be here with you on the breakfast show. Let me say good morning to my co-host, of course, Richard, who will join us in between this space in a short, and of course, Wendell, who is here with us very early as always. So, Wendell, good morning.
Morning, Sir Charles. Good morning, Richard. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. And good morning, listeners and viewers all over the globe. I have some birthdays today. Keisha Strong, she's my cousin. Hazel Manning, Mrs. Hazel Manning, she is celebrating her birthday today. Happy birthday, Mrs. Manning. Hope you get this message. Russell Pinto, Andrew Stephen, Dane Francois, he's from up in Tangi Grande there. Kelly Samuel, Listra Alexis, Marlon, no, don't care of us. Laverne Alexander, Phasia Kroma, there, and also, oh no, that was yesterday. Those are all the birthday greetings I have today. Today is August 11th. Today is World Steel Pan Day. Isn't it, Sir Charles? Is it?
Yeah.
Yes, I thought you wanted to give me some pan this morning. I should have reminded you.
Well, I didn't even know it until I opened my chat this morning, and Peter Wilson reminded me.
It's World Steel Pan Day.
Yeah.
When is that pan and powder parade? Is it today too?
I don't know. I'm not involved. I don't have a clue.
Yeah, I know that they normally have pan and powder, and they have, well, the Laventille Pan was over the weekend, right? Laventille Pan Parade was over the weekend. And coming up soon is the Pan on the Avenue. I think that's on August 30th, the day before Independence Day. I think they changed the date from Independence Day to the day before Independence Day. I stand corrected. But today is World Steel Pan Day, so for all you pan enthusiasts out there, of which I count myself amongst, happy World Steel Pan Day. All right? We'll give you some pan before the morning is out, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'll play a little pan in the 7 o'clock hour when we come in there, just to get it good, proper. Yeah?
Yeah, man. Yeah,
change it around.
Mm-hmm. All right?
Yeah, man.
So what is in the news? Of course, a lot of good news coming out yesterday in terms of the government. The steel plant that is to be resuscitated, and all these other things that the good news in the energy sector. Some of those things happened yesterday, and of course yesterday, I know that we may also have people from Colombia listening. There was a terrible earthquake in Colombia yesterday. Over 1,000 people have been killed so far. You know those counts, you never really get those counts, eh? You never really get the total of the people who would have been affected or who lost their lives.
Yeah, well, this one really early to get at too, you know?
Yeah. But there's some frightening videos of that earthquake in Colombia. You know?
Yeah.
So
let me see if I can share it one time as we're talking about it, because everything just gets inflated, right? So let's see what's happening in Colombia.
That's what we wanna.
Temblor tan mal parido. Como hacemos esta mierda, pues
Dylan! 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 ¡Sube, que está temblando! ¡Sube, corre! ¡Corre, que está temblando! ¡Corre, salte, ven! Dios mío, bendito. Dios mío, Dios mío. Dios mío. Padre Santo, Padre Santo. Padre Santo. Padre Santo. Michen los niños. Los niños, Michen los niños.
Vamos al colegio.
Those are just some examples of what could happen and what did happen. We would have seen the situation in Venezuela recently. We saw situations in Japan and now Colombia. We've seen those situations in Colombia. And I know that disaster is also raging in some parts of Canada, British Columbia and Canada with those fires. Millions and millions and millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars, up in flames. You know, it's mind-boggling what could happen. What could happen?
You wonder how do you get back from some of those situations that people are facing, especially where those wildfires are concerned too, because a lot of them happen sometimes in the same spaces in very short period of time.
Yeah. You see in some of the biggest homes, of course, you would have seen those homes in Colombia too. Some of the, I don't know what's the connection between British Columbia and Colombia, probably none actually, you know, but those two news stories came across last night and I said, wow,
Yeah.
just look at this. What do? You can't do anything, eh?
No.
There's nothing you could do.
When those natural disasters happen, I mean, you know, but you at least they had the sense to get out of the house, you know.
Yeah.
You know, so at least people have been. I don't know if it's like if they've been training for it or expecting, you know, so they knew what to do. Everybody just get outside.
Well, they would have felt that early part of the shake, but look at how violent it got after.
Yeah.
Look at how violent that shake got after. To collapse the huge buildings. I mean, and I would imagine there is nothing that you could do. Yeah, most of that house was glass actually. You're right, Empress, you know, but the structure itself just crumbled,
Yeah.
crumbled,
Yeah.
you know.
And the frightful thing is, like, you know, like when you are in buildings and stuff, and place start to shake, and the time span is just a matter of seconds. It seems like eternity to you, but it's just a matter of seconds. And you live, well, as in Colombia, that might be on the 4th or the 5th floor. But what when you live on the 10, 12, 20 something floor, and these things that happen? Why? Yeah. If it's to run downstairs, is a time to run downstairs.
Yeah, it's to get out.
Yeah.
You have to get out. You have to get out. The safest place to be is outside in the street. There's nothing to fall on you, at least.
Yeah. So you can understand when these things happen in places like that and buildings come down, why so many people die, because
Yeah.
they just cannot get out. They cannot get out. Last night I after watching that Columbia thing, I don't know what's mind over matter, but I lay on my bed, could be like just around 10 o'clock, and I just feel something shake.
Mm.
I waited to see if there's any more shake. I don't know what it was. I don't know
Mhm.
if it was a little trauma. I didn't read anything about it this morning, but it just had me very nervy.
But we've been getting our share, small as they are. We've been getting our share in Trinidad and Tobago. So we need to always, I don't know, I try to live a life that's pleasing, like, to God and pleasing to yourself. It's been difficult. It's been difficult for a lot of people, including myself. To try to get over certain situations in this life. It's been extremely difficult. How do you do it? With time, I guess. With time and with support and with a mind that's super strong, because you have to be super strong to deal with issues of this life right now. Super, super strong. You know what I mean? Because so many people don't have jobs, they don't have homes, they don't have food, they don't have support, they don't have hope. There are so many people living that life now. You know what I mean? So many people living that life. So let's hope that decisions taken by some of us, and especially the politicians, will redound eventually to the benefit of all. We can't continue with this divisiveness. We can't continue with this them and we can't continue with it. And that's why sometimes I said I really feel hopeless, because the words coming out of some people is just So Charles, anyway, I'm private message you about this.
Okay,
I'm gonna private message you now. Right? Yeah.
Okay. Well, let
Yeah.
me go for good news and come back, right?
Yeah, okay. Take care.
You said to Ted Koppel last night, a man who changes his principles depending on with whom he is dealing is not a man who can lead a nation. The context was this: what principle are you being asked to change, you, Mr. Mandela, when Americans question your praise for the human rights under Gaddafi and Castro? What is the principle involved there that you're being asked to change?
Mr. McNeil, this is a matter which should not be handled lightly, as many people do. The first country which we approached in the 60s for assistance when our leaders had to leave the country in order to mobilize the support of the international community. The first country we approached was the United States of America. We could not even succeed to come close to the government, and they refused to assist us. But Cuba, the moment we appealed for assistance, they were ready to do so, and they did so. Why would we now listen to the Western world when they say we should have nothing to do with Cuba? It's just unreasonable. No human being acts in that particular fashion. Here is a country that was the first to assist us when the West, which had formidable resources, was actually supporting the government. Now you expect us to change our whole approach and to start condemning Cuba for what is supposed to be happening inside the country. No man of principles could ever do that. And that is what I try to convey to Koppel.
Mr. Mandela, our time is up. Thank you very much indeed for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah. Stand on your principles, man.
Yeah, if everybody could live like that, like how he lived.
Stand on your principles. Yeah. Sometimes people compromise too much of their principles,
Mhm.
and people take advantage of you, and and come on.
Yeah.
Stand for something. Stand for something.
And he certainly did. He went to jail for it for 27 years, came back out, became the president of the same place that jailed him, and didn't retaliate, didn't seek revenge on anyone.
Yeah.
I mean, he was an amazing individual, an amazing person.
And you know, a lot of people, even people who were from his what they call it, the party at that point in time, were against that. You know, they felt that he should have gone in a different direction. You know,
Yeah, they wanted revenge. They wanted him to take revenge.
you know, time to deal with these people now. Look what they do to us. You know, and, you know, who knows what would probably have happened if he had gone that direction.
I hope plenty people, or even for myself, to get his kind of characteristics. You know what I mean? To just forgive and move on. Anyway, Richard, morning, Richard. You ready for the chat?
The chat, yeah. Oh, you mean yeah? All right. Good morning, guys. Tell streaming audience wherever you're streaming us from. And we can go straight into the chat. Just let me just get to the top of it.
Yeah, sure.
There we go.
All right. Robert Allen came in last night at 11:54. Blessed morning to the crew. Kenny in Harlem. Valerie Mendoza, Miss Dabity, Eunice Dublin, Marlene Saunders Sober. Sleep is running away from me this morning. John Cato says, Grand Rising to the Net Breakfast Show. Suzanne Jessup, and that's from Suzanne, Suzette, Corrine, Mrs. Gemma, Maria S., Maria H. All right. She's also advertising the Cooler Cruise coming up on Saturday. People, are you ready? Margaret Thomas, good morning, guys. Apollonius, Odell Guy from Sangre Grande, Pamela O'Connor. Mrs. R says, good morning.
Good morning, Mrs. R.
Marcia Rock, good morning. Manuela Peters, Diane Payne, Ozzy Molino, Sis Super, Boy Videsi from Debe, Felix Kazo, Empress Reyes, Lal, Edwin Joseph, Shoma Paul, Ian Stewart, Hillary Benjamin. Hillary, check your messenger. I sent you a message for you to resend something for me, right? Because I've not seen it. Debbie Modest, Gavin Frank, Ingrid from Tucson, Arizona, Nadia Stephen, Far Rockaway, Michael Eastman, Doreen Pierre, Michael Robinson from Yokohama, Japan, who's wishing, of course, us World Steel Pan Day. He is an acclaimed panist out there in Japan, doing wonderful work on behalf of Trinidad and Tobago's national instrument. Marlon Motley also says, good morning.
Good morning, Marlon.
Sankofa, divine greetings. Pamela Grimshaw, steel pan emoji. Sankofa said, I put a call to Titi to have a steel pan emoji. I'm sure there is, you know. Garfield Hazel says, good morning. Hillary Benjamin wishing World Steel Pan Day. Wayne Ramsey, Bernadette and Alicia Yates. Sankofa said the gods are angry. I don't know if that's anger, no? Anne Noel, and I don't know if that's the gods. Brent Hackshaw, Gerald Hawaii. Good morning, my friend Sir Charles, Richard Wendell, and the listeners. Great day. Empress Rez, yes, it was a glass out. Sadia Andrews, Grand Rising to everyone. Showing and Juliet Kerr. Ingrid from Tucson says, I will always recognize, acknowledge, respect, love, and support our steel pan. Robert Taylor out in Fernandina Beach, Empress Rez, I'll say it was the boogeyman, Sir Charles. Who's shaking your bed? Did you look under your bed? Did you look under your bed like Dennis the Menace?
Well, after watching all that Columbia thing, I've been just looking for where my shoes is to get out of the house.
Rena is saying the earth is always shaking. Yes, we know that for sure. Dina Allen, hi everyone. The U.S. has historically betrayed every treaty, international principle, human rights, ethical rights, and moral rights. Well, they were high in praise of their president and our prime minister yesterday. Christu said, Grand Rising gentlemen, Sankofa, that's an extremely long message. I experienced one on the 3rd floor in Providence Girls. All right. The earthquake you're talking about. Julia, Samantha, Stephanie, Santana, Lenley's. Sorry, Richard. Lenley's integrity and character matter. It was the honorable thing to do. Thank you, President Mandela. You are living on in so many ways. Yeah, for sure. You guys wild. Ingrid, respect your culture. CJ saying good morning, everyone. Have a fantastic day. Hillbench, when did I send it to your cell phone? Okay, thanks. Mrs. R is saying, Rena, hi. Angela Green, good morning, everyone. And Kim Govaya is saying, earthquakes are coming. They're happening. So, we were talking earlier on, Richard, about the earthquake in Colombia, the fires in British Columbia in Canada, and all these natural things that are happening in such a fierce way now, taking lives, destroying multi-million dollars in property, you know?
Yeah.
It's amazing what's happening.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know that earthquakes are necessarily related to climate change, but certainly the wildfires are.
Mm-hmm.
You know, earthquakes will always happen and have always happened. So.
All right,
and how to protect them effectively so.
Well, that's a chance.
You finished with the chat, right?
Yes, I'm finished with the chat. My apologies. Oh, Melchizedek jumped in there last minute.
All right, so let me say good morning to Fifi out there in Addis Ababa. Came in early this morning. Peter Wilson, thanks for reminding us. Pandy, Miss Sampson, good morning to you. That's all they need to go and check Miss Sampson. Miss Sampson having rare water problems. Kent and Laventel, good day to you. Anthony Atwell, good day. Mr. Billy in Powder Magazine. Miss St. Augustine, good morning. Captain Ron in Orlando. Carlin and Kelly, Karanaj, Rena Budru Jennings, so it's here. Good morning, Rena. Mr. Beeps out of Petey Valley. Archbishop Ashton Clark, Canada. Zena in Arima. CJ's out there in New York. Frank in Aruka. And also good morning to Pauline, right? So we're going for that break at 28 minutes before the hour of 7 o'clock. Stay with us right here on NETT Radio. When we come back, we'll see what is trending as we're getting ready to cruise on Saturday.
All aboard! Calling all you NETT Radio listeners and fans. It's time to pack your cooler, gather your crews. Join us on NETT Radio's Halloween Cooler Crew in red, white, and black. On board the luxurious Island Royalty, Saturday, 15th of August. Boarding at 7 p.m. from Hard Cuts Shagaramas. We sail at 8 p.m. sharp. Enjoy great music all night long from your favorite NETT DJs. Sir Charles, CJ, Mr. Flavor, Doc International, RJ, and Fluffman.
Tell you you's a big dancer. Come show
Early bird tickets are just $200 after $250. Get your tickets now at Crosby in St. James, Rumba, St. James, Bobby's Bar in Crep, Fats International in Arima, K-Square Fashions at C3 Center, West Mall and Eastgate Small, and all NETT DJs. No glass bottles allowed. Bring your coolers, bring your crews, and let's celebrate together. NETT Radio, Halloween Cooler Crew, Saturday, August the 15th, aboard the Island Royalty. For information, call 638-2609 or 497-7173. Halloween on the sea.
What do we all want for Trinidad and Tobago? Safer communities, greater opportunities, and a better future. Join Denise Deming every Tuesday at 11 a.m. on NETT Radio for Common Ground TNT. Each week, respected guests tackle the issues affecting our nation, from crime and education to healthcare, the economy, and good governance. Common Ground TNT, finding solutions through conversation. Tuesdays at 11 a.m. on NETT Radio, NETT Radio.
S&H Rumbox, 137 Western Main Road, St. James, for all your retail and wholesale needs for alcohol and non-alcoholic beverages. Call us at 686-0599 or visit us at 137 Western Main Road, St. James. S&H Rumbox, drinking out of the box.
Join me, Brother David Muhammad, every Tuesday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. here on New Era TT Radio, NETT Radio, Powerful Radio. Join me to hear knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Tuesdays, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. here on New Era TT Radio, NETT Radio.
Advertise with us on New Era TT Radio, the fastest growing streaming platform for talk in Trinidad and Tobago. Audio and video ads welcome. Elevate your brand with us. Connect with us at newerattradio@yahoo.com or call us at 299-5156. Now what are you waiting for?
All right. Am I clear now, Sir Charles?
Yes, you are. Mhm.
All right. Just to give you some information, thank you, Mr. Joseph. This is what's happening today for World Steel Pan Day. There'll be steel pan performances at the Massey All-Stars Pan Yard. That's from 10 a.m. At 1:30 p.m. There'll be an ancestral walk from Massey Pan Yard again to the Renegade Steel Orchestra Pan Yard. So that's at 1:30 p.m. 2:15 p.m. There'll be steel pan performances. I would imagine that's at Renegades and Massey. 3:30 p.m. There'll be an ancestral walk from Renegades Steel Orchestra Pan Yard to the Queen's Park Savannah. And at 5:30 p.m. there'll be formal celebrations and steel band performances. And that's happening at the Queen's Park Savannah in Port of Spain today at 5:30 p.m. So those are all the activities today for World Steel Pan Day. Thank you, Mr. Joseph, for sending this information. I didn't see it before. Thanks. So we go straight into today's Express newspaper. And the Express headlines in, oh goodness, what is this now? Yes, in the online edition, state given 5 days to answer violation notice, and that's for the TPRC, that's the construction of the Etihad ground. PM, more gas on the way, so says Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar. 111 die in Colombia after a powerful 7.4 magnitude earthquake struck. TFA urges SSFL rethink. And Kamla's CCJ fears echoed from within the court. Woman shot dead in parked vehicle near John. That's a weird story, crazy story. TTMS tracking tropical wave. Soldier teens held after double home invasion in Siparia. Search ends in tragedy as missing woman found dead in river. So those are all trending stories in today's Express Online.
Can I go?
Yes, you can.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. All right. Trinidad Guardian for this morning. A U.S.-based firm unveils U.S. $750 million revitalization plan for shuttered Point Lisa steel plant. 1,000 jobs on offer. So, I mean, if that comes to realization, that'll be good news. Kamla, U.S. partnership can revive energy sector. Ministry, no Trinis reported affected by Columbia quake. Joint Army police posts being launched this week, says Alexander. Police to consult Plymouth residents on security post. In business news, stormwater damage can be catastrophic, says Trini professor. PM to make major statement soon on energy, which she did. Region needs to adjust climate finance strategy. First Citizens profits up, not up, dip. That's a difference between dip and up. First Citizens profits dip 10.2%. And in location shift for Independence Day parade, homeless woman killed in her car, and active tropical wave approaches southern windwards. I believe that woman that they're talking about is homeless. Is homeless. Did I ever show you her vehicle, Wendell?
No.
I believe this is her, that she used to park outside Central Bank a lot of the times on that St. Vincent Street stretch. And she would just live in her car. I mean, she would be there parked up. Sometimes we have shows, and she'd be there for the entire day before and into the morning and the following day and stuff like that. And I remember, some of the Central Bank staff would say that, she basically, whatever was going on in her life, that's where she lived, that she stayed there. And sometimes they said people would come and, spend the night with her. Some would sleep in a tree, or they'd bring food for her, things like that. So it was, I never mentioned it before because I just felt it was somebody's private, issue. But people, were obviously, concerned about what was going on with her. And then this happened yesterday. It's even more bizarre. If it, let me qualify by saying, if it is the same person that I think it is.
Yeah, most likely.
Well, yeah, people are saying that she lived in a pickup, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I said, what would have? How is her body found riddled with bullets? I couldn't understand the story. Because even though they said she was known to the police prior and so on, what?
Nobody. In one of these stories in the Express, they said that she apparently, like, these two guys came and they tried to take the vehicle. That's what they think. They entered from the passenger side and tried to drag her out, and maybe she resisted and shot her four times.
Oh, I didn't see that part of the story.
Yeah.
So thanks for clearing that up. So they tried to rob her.
Well, yeah, apparently.
Of the vehicle.
So people felt that they tried to take the vehicle from her, and she probably resisted, and they shot her 4 times. Yeah.
Crazy.
Sad.
Crazy. Anyway, let's just give a bit of the good news, of course, that came out yesterday. Where is it? All right. It says major energy breakthrough. BP takes full control of Calypso. 4.4 trillion cubic feet gas beneath the sea as Kamala promises more gas investment, jobs, and growth. Trinidad and Tobago's energy sector is facing what Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar describes as a potentially transformative new chapter, with BP taking full control of the massive Calypso deepwater gas development, while a separate cross-border project with Venezuela moves closer to production and ExxonMobil advances its ultra-deepwater exploration program. Persad-Bissessar made the announcement, of course, yesterday during a signing ceremony held during the official visit of United States Deputy Secretary of State Christopher Landau. She presented the developments as evidence of renewed international confidence in Trinidad and Tobago and a broader government push to rebuild the country's energy and industrial sectors, attract foreign investment, and create jobs. At the center of the long-term energy strategy is Calypso, described by the Prime Minister as TNT's next major domestic gas source and the country's first deepwater development. The Calypso development covers blocks TTDAA 1.14 and 23A located off Trinidad's northeast coast in water depths ranging from approximately 1,500 to 2,100 meters. According to Persad-Bissessar, the bongos, tuck, belly, boom, and hi-hat fields contain an estimated 4.4 trillion cubic feet of predominantly dry, sweet natural gas. All right, so it's a pretty long article. I wouldn't read the whole thing, but that will form the basis of our poll today. So you all can get it and have a look at it, with the Prime Minister promising renewed energy interest in Trinidad and Tobago and jobs that will go along with it. Of course, the other one was the issue with the steel mill that promises 600 odd jobs that is also to be revitalized by an American company. Right?
Yeah.
So those are all good news coming out of yesterday.
Yeah, that seems to be good news. I mean, I'm no energy expert, so I can't go to what about how realistic all of these, if you want to call it, promises are. But hopefully they are. Hopefully, it's positive news for the energy sector of Trinidad and Tobago, and the Point Lisa industrial estate, because when energy does well, the economy does well, because of course it's tied into the economy. So hopefully, a lot of what was said yesterday is really real and promising news for an economy that has been static for a while.
Yes, for sure. Of course, Rodney Charles wrote a very interesting article in today's. I saw it this morning when I got up.
Haven't heard from Rodney Charles for a long, long time.
Yeah, but he would have been in that sector too at one time, and in the diplomatic sector. So he is warning. He is a warning. Maybe I'm using a strong word, but about our relationship with America, especially in light of Donald Trump's unpopularity, and that is supposed to reflect in changes in the midterm in America soon. He is warning about what could happen down the road, and we need to be a little more strategic. If I have to interpret his article,
I mean, that will also be a concern, because obviously the current administration and the Prime Minister herself personally has made has not hidden the fact that she is a big supporter of President Trump, that she likes him.
Mm-hmm.
When you are very emphatic about things like that, can there be concerns? Of course there can. And because he has of course emerged as a very divisive figure in the presidency, and right now his popularity is like 21%, which is extremely low. So I suppose, even though on the flip side of that, countries have to pursue their interests, so which countries do all the time. So I think the Prime Minister is doing exactly that, pursuing the interest.
Well, I hope we could get a lot out of him before things change in America, because according to
that's I suppose is what the flip side is.
Yeah.
But a lot of those decisions should be made on a maybe what Rodney Charles is really saying, make decisions on the basis of them being strategic and long-term viable, regardless of whether he remains in office or not. That whatever you are doing with the U.S. businesses and business community, that it's a long-standing relationship.
Yes, and not dependent on who leads.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, the kind of money and investment that these multinationals are making, I doubt it would be on the fact that hoping that Mr. Trump stays in office.
Well, I would hope not. That's what Richard now said.
Yeah,
it can't be dependent on that.
Yeah.
That
kind of investment, no.
Because they may also be strategic, because I mean, they are singing his praises now. You know what I mean?
But businesses are generally conservative with governments, because businesses are always seeking their business and their profit. Hence, you would find that business chambers in Trinidad and Tobago don't rock the boat. Even they don't say anything politically troublesome to any governing party. They kind of keep conservative and in their lane. They may raise their voices with regard to certain things that is going to affect their bottom line. That's when they go out. But generally, they don't give they don't give opinions, willy-nilly about anything else. A lot of the times they don't, because they're always studying the business line. So yes, Sir Charles, businesses make decisions on business. Is this going to make me money? And if it's going to make me money, yes, I'm going to pursue it. And if it's not going to make me money, I'm gone.
Yeah.
So we are.
Yeah. The article starts off, is TT preparing for a post-Trump world? That's how it starts off. He said not to be caught off guard, TT must start preparing for a post-Trump world. It's called scenario planning. The political winds favor dramatic changes in U.S. politics post-November midterms when the Democratic Party is expected to control the U.S. Congress, most likely, and the Senate, not inconceivable. These wins ought to bring a chill to world leaders who have been bending the knee in support of Mr. Trump's agenda. He said a Pew Research Center poll conducted last month showed Democrats having an edge on voters' congressional candidate preferences, handling of the U.S. economy, and on voter enthusiasm. Trump, the standard bearer of the Republican Party, has a disapproval rating among voters of 64% on his job performance. If there is a blue wave, as many predict, TT stands to lose if it is not nimble, remains flat-footed, and lacks political gravitas. It's a very interesting article.
Yeah. Guys, let me do the did you know, and then we'll come back, all right?
Sure.
At the airport, I did something any kind person would do, but the result was disastrous and changed my life completely. Watch this story and learn before it's too late. It was a normal day, a normal trip. Nothing suggested that my life was about to change in a single moment. As I was heading toward the airport entrance, I heard an elderly woman calling me from behind. She asked for a simple favor, just to find her son's number on her phone. I stopped and helped her. I found the number, but she had no credit, so she asked me to call him from my phone. I did. She said, "I've arrived at the airport. Everything is fine." She hung up, and I continued on my way. But she didn't stop. She followed me and asked if I was heading to Paris. I said yes. She said she was too, and asked me to help her carry her suitcase. There was something strange about her, but I ignored it, and her old age made me drop all my doubts without thinking. We walked together. She talked, asked about my name, my job, my life. Normal questions. Until we reached security. Everything went smoothly, until the moment that destroyed everything. She placed her suitcase on the scanner. The officer looked at me and asked, "Is this your bag?" I answered confidently, "No, I'm just helping this lady." She looked at me for a few seconds, smiled, then said, "No, it's his bag. I'm just traveling with him." In that moment, the ground disappeared beneath my feet. My hands started shaking. My heart was pounding like never before. Within minutes, I went from a normal traveler to a suspect. I was immediately taken to the police station. A foreign phone call on my device. Cameras showing me carrying the bag. A woman confirming I was with her. Every piece of evidence was screaming, "Guilty." I went through intense interrogations, fear, and breakdown. I was even taken to the hospital because of my condition. But the one thing that saved me, my story never changed. Same details, same truth, no matter the pressure. Then the judge noticed something small, but it changed everything. Our seats on the plane were far apart, and there was no personal interaction between me and the woman, proving that everything happened at the airport. With sharp intelligence, the judge began questioning her. He cornered her with precise questions until her web of lies collapsed, exposing every accusation she tried to frame me with. After a long struggle, I was finally released from prison, but at a price I will never forget. The price of trusting a stranger. Moral of the story:
Good intentions don't always protect you. Sometimes helping the wrong person can destroy your life. Be kind, but be aware. That's why I shared my story, not for sympathy, but as a lesson. Be careful, extremely careful. Not everyone who asks for help is innocent, and not every simple situation ends safely.
Sorry for the length of the story, guys. But
Nah, it was an important story. Trust me, especially down in the end here. Not every person you help
yeah,
will
I've
be
been
the
working
right
at the place
person.
for a couple of weeks now. You know, and the first when I first discovered, whether I study,
Mm.
yeah, because he always travel and he always want
Yeah.
to do something.
You know, well, I have so many experiences to tell, but I had a similar experience. Well, not similar because he had to go through the rigor in court and so on. But this lady who sat next to me on the plane, when we went to the line and in immigration, she just asked me to look at her carry-on and she ran to get something to come back. And you know, those images flash your mind. Why did she? Who does that? Especially a woman who leaves their carry-on with a complete stranger and say, "Oh, just watch this for me. I'm coming back now." Nobody does that, and she did that instinctively. And I just stood there and I said, "No problem." And I mean, she came back in time before the line had to move, so that I didn't have to hold it to move it. You know what I mean? But yeah, those are things you always have to be mindful of. They always have to be mindful of, especially even on planes, helping people with their luggage and so on. I mean, I do that one all the time, because most times it's woman or some elderly person, and they can't get their luggage. I don't know what they're doing traveling with this heavy luggage up in the overhead bin. Most of them can't do it, and so you help. Sometimes the flight attendants come and they help too, you know what I mean? Even some flight attendants don't like doing it too, because they're really not supposed to. You're supposed to travel with luggage that you could manage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it happens to a lot of people, and I guess people naturally instinctively help. You know? But it's something you always have to be mindful of. Anyway. We can grab a couple calls and we can put up our poll, you know? A lot of comments on what's happening in America in terms of what will happen with Trump and so on in the midterm. I don't really care.
So if an old lady on a plane said, "Can you help me with this bag?" It said, "No, madam. No, madam. Carry your bag, please." And everybody behind us saying, "Oh my God, he's so cruel and heartless."
And that's the judgment call you have to make, you know, Richard. You instinctively make a judgment call, you know. But I generally help. I always think the best. I always think people have the best intentions. I'm weak and stupid like that. You understand? But look at what could happen, and that's not the he's not the first person. You know? Yeah. Say what?
When you look at what could happen or the outcome of it, oh my gosh, it's
Yeah.
You have a call online. People be taking your calls at 281-1315 and 299-5156. Mr. Patrick, good morning. Mr. Patrick?
Hey. All right. But our poll is up, people, and on the screen. I'm sure you all have seen it. Do you expect economic benefits to come from our recent business with the U.S.? If you're voting yes, you're voting 1. And if you're voting no, you're voting 2. All right? You expect Trinidad and Tobago to reap economic benefits from our recent business with the U.S. That's our poll this morning. All right?
Yeah, we'll have to see. It'll be good to speak to somebody in the industry who understands all of this much better than we do. But if all of this comes to fruition, it will be really a feather in the cap, so to speak, for the UNC in terms of revitalizing the energy sector.
Yeah. The steel mill thing, I think they said by the end of 2027, they expect it to be back up and running.
Yeah.
I think the American investor was the person who was making that announcement yesterday. You know? Lord, I hope this one is not politicized too, you know, and it just happens.
Let me try this again. Mr. Patrick, are you there? Hello? All right, let me try the other line then. Sorry about that. Caller, good morning. Are you hearing me? Captain Ron.
He is indicating he is turning his vehicle, sir. He's making a right turn or left turn. Captain Ron? All right. Sir Charles, beat it with the cocaine broom there and cover.
Real beat it.
Because I was hearing the person's indicator.
Yeah, there's something going on. I can't understand that. Let me see. Miss Sampson, are you hearing me?
There's somebody else calling now.
Yeah.
Take the next call. That one will come through.
But how come I hearing the call and all kind of thing, nobody not hearing us?
I hear the call too.
Right, Miss Sampson.
Hello.
Miss Sampson.
Right, there we go.
Hello.
Yeah, Miss Sampson, we're hearing you. Are you hearing us?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Right, go ahead.
You hearing me?
Yes, we are hearing you. Go ahead.
Okay. Morning, gentlemen. I have a question for Richard. For someone to put a meter in front your property when you're not getting water, is that legal? Don't they supposed to have some conversation with you before you just come and put a meter? Because I'm not getting any water. I complain about not getting any water. The pressure is low and the timing is short, and that was my results.
Well, maybe your actually water bill might go down because of that meter. But WASA controls all water, so they say. I have to say so they say. They control all water in the country. So yeah, I guess they can because you're getting a supply of water from them. And water metering, sometimes it's the advantage. Sometimes it's the advantage. It actually carries down your bill.
But if I'm not getting water, what is the problem with the meter? They did not come, they did not blow out the line, they did not boost the water up the hill, and then they cut the timing. The reason the problem started is because I told them the timing is too short, there is no boost, and it have two tanks not filling, and the water finishing quick because it didn't boost enough to fill all the tanks when the water come. And then they come and they just dropped that while I was by the doctor on Friday.
Maybe you sure it's not they didn't come and repair the line, unblock it? You sure it's a meter they installed? Because they wouldn't install a meter unless they get your permission.
Well, that is a long victimizing story, and I don't want to put it on the phone.
Yeah.
But
all right.
But since the that meter gone there, I am without water. Everybody on the street have water except me.
And does everybody on the street have a meter?
That is my point. I went by the mayor. I saw the mayor yesterday. I tell him, by now on Christmas, everybody's supposed to have a meter on Wharton Street. Else I'm going to knock it to shit out.
All right. All right, all right. You would think in a residential area that the resident would be consulted if they put in a meter.
Well, one would think so. You know.
Mr. Patrick, are you there?
This sounds something like the Tunapuna Piako Regional Corporation in a kind of way.
Okay. Mr. Patrick, go ahead because I know you've been holding on for a while.
Morning, everybody. When there's a child.
Morning.
Wasa could pull up in front of your house anytime and put a lock off in the ground, or they could put a meter. I see it happen while I live in here. When the neighbor road by me know happen. They pay in the mortgage, the Wasa rate paying in the mortgage, and for some reason they wasn't getting money. Wasa pull up with a truck, dig a hole and put a key and lock off the water.
Well, I know they could cut your water if you're not paying your bills.
No, lock off. It have a lock off thing they put on the hole.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They could put that, or they could put a meter. I see it already. I asked Wasa say them control water. Right?
Are you suggesting Miss Sampson is not paying her bills and they lock off her water?
No. A lot of people don't know, you know. You see water tanks and swimming pool, Wasa could come up and meet her in a place, eh?
Yeah, you're supposed to, when you have a swimming pool, you're supposed to be paying extra. I should know. You're supposed to make an application and pay extra.
Patrick, Mr. Patrick, you're one of those. Mr. Patrick, you're one of those people. You know, sometimes you go to interviews, and you go to an interview, and it's for a senior position of some sort, and they'll ask you, this is a scenario. Can you give us an example of what whatever happened previously in your career where you had to deal with situations like this of, let's say, trust or a challenge with regard to integrity and stuff? You are the kind of person that will have about 20 examples, because you always have an example for every single thing you do on the show.
Go ahead. I was doing that work recently in a housing development, right? In a housing development. And there are meters, water meters, and then the guy wants to put in 2,000 gallon water tank. You understand? I say, what's that charge people based on water, like residential water and like commercial water? Based on what they use, the metering people don't open new business.
Well, that's not a bad idea. We supported the meters, the installation of meters years now. And I don't know I didn't even realize they're still doing it. But I am one of those people who supported a meter. Where I am in St. James, there's a meter, and my bill went down real low because they were charging me commercial rates for using very little water. So when they put the meter, my bill went down, and I was happy for that.
All right, morning, Paul, as we go to the news.
All right, do you expect economic benefits to come from our recent business with the U.S.? That's our poll. If you're voting yes, you're voting 1. If you're voting no, you're voting 2. All right? I know I saw several votes, pretty mixed, coming up on the chat early on, but you all can continue to vote. Don't get sidetracked by the WASA issue, because St. James now, the water literally dripping. So even with or without the meter, we barely getting water. So that's our poll, right? Let's vote on the poll now, people.
All right, we're going for the news.
The news you need, the clarity you deserve. Local, regional, global. This is NETT Radio News Now.
This is News Now on NETT Radio and Guile TV. I am Derek McMillan. Thank you for joining us. Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar says Trinidad and Tobago's energy sector is entering a potentially transformative period, with BP taking full control of the Calypso deepwater gas project. Calypso is estimated to hold 4.4 trillion cubic feet of predominantly dry, sweet natural gas off Trinidad's northeast coast. Persad-Bissessar says BP's acquisition of Woodside's 70% interest could accelerate a final investment decision and help secure domestic gas supplies beyond 2030. She also announced progress on the Manican-Coquina cross-border gas project with Venezuela, which could increase gas supplies to Atlantic LNG from 2027. Meanwhile, ExxonMobil has completed seismic acquisition in its ultra-deepwater acreage off Tantee, with analysis now underway. The Prime Minister says the developments could bring new investment, industries, and jobs. The Independence Day Parade will return on August 31st, but at a new location in the Queen's Park Savannah. This year's parade will be staged on the northern side of the Savannah, facing President's House, instead of the traditional grandstand. The change is expected to save millions, as the North Stand would otherwise have to be removed to accommodate the event. The parade will be the first Independence Day event for the Kamla Persad-Bissessar-led UNC government. Officials say space and shade will be provided for spectators, while the traditional parade route through Tragareet Road to the police barracks in St. James will remain. The government is also expected to stage fireworks on Independence Night. Homeland Security Minister Roger Alexander says some locations initially identified for government's 30 mobile police posts are being reconsidered following assessments by law enforcement. Alexander says the initiative has been in development for more than a year, but some proposed sites may not be strategically suitable. He says officers are being consulted on the best locations, while work has already been completed on posts at Eddie Hart Grounds, Taruba, and Grand Bazaar. Alexander says the number of police and defense force personnel assigned to each post will be determined by the police commissioner and chief of defense staff. He also says 233 new police officers are expected next month. Opposition MP Camille Robinson-Regis has apologized to UDCOT chairman Shankar Badaisi over remarks she made concerning 2 HDC insurance brokerage contracts. The contracts awarded to Comprehensive Insurance Brokers Limited have a combined value of about $6.12 million. Robinson-Regis said she made a genuine error when she referred to the UDCOT chairman in connection with the company. She clarified that she had intended to refer to Peter Canhai, chairman of the National Carnival Commission and a UDCOT board member and deputy chairman. Robinson-Regis said she did not intend to suggest that Badaisi had any connection to the insurance company or the contracts. She unreservedly apologized and said her statement should be treated as a correction of the record. 2 men were shot dead in separate incidents in Calvary Hill, Arima, yesterday morning. They were identified as 27-year-old Rion Rambo Thomas of Green Street and 38-year-old Ishmael Yam Yam Vincent of Calvary Hill. Police say Thomas was walking with his girlfriend along Prince Street around 4:15 a.m. when a passenger from a vehicle stopped nearby and opened fire. Thomas died at the scene. Minutes later, another shooting was reported in the area. Police say CCTV captured a masked gunman and another suspect opening fire on a vehicle. Vincent was found unresponsive and was pronounced dead. The 2 killings came after a 10-day period without a reported murder. Meanwhile, 5 people, including a soldier and 2 teenagers, were arrested following 2 home invasions in Superior on Saturday. Police recovered jewelry and cellular phones believed to have been stolen during the robberies. Justice Arif Bulkan of the Caribbean Court of Justice says concerns about a single judge overriding the majority are among the reasons some Caribbean countries have been reluctant to accept the CCJ's appellate jurisdiction. Bulkan made the comments in internal correspondence during a dispute among CCJ judges over the leadership of President Justice Winston Anderson. He said the appellate system requires multiple judges to independently consider cases, providing safeguards against bias and ensuring the integrity of decisions. Bulkan also stressed the importance of judges respecting each other's opinions and allowing genuine opportunities for consultation. His comments come amid allegations by a majority of CCJ judges that Anderson has acted in an authoritarian manner and attempted to influence judicial decisions. Finally, a magnitude 7.4 earthquake has killed at least 110 people in Colombia, with a state of emergency declared as rescue teams search collapsed buildings for survivors. The quake struck Choco province early yesterday at a depth of about 103 kilometers and was felt across much of western Colombia. Pereira was among the worst-hit areas, with at least 40 deaths reported and 65 buildings collapsed. People are believed to be trapped in 15 of those buildings. Buildings also collapsed in Cali, while deaths were reported in several other cities and regions. Authorities warn the death toll could rise as search and rescue operations continue. And that is NETT Radio News at this time.
That was news now. Stay informed with New Era TT Radio. NETT Radio.
Your mid-morning just got better. Join Sir Charles for the mid-morning mix and mingle, where good music, real talk, health, and family matters come together, and your voice is heard. Whether you're at work, on the go, or just taking a break, this is the perfect mix to keep you engaged, informed, and entertained. The mid-morning mix and mingle, weekdays, 9 a.m. to 12 noon on New Era TT Radio, NETT Radio.
Morning vibes, fresh energy. This is the NETT Radio Breakfast Show. Show. Fueling your day with the best music and real talk.
Yeah, I just didn't have the heart. Well, I really couldn't interrupt that song for you guys. I mean, today's World Pan Day. And then see the thing coming out of All Stars Yard. You know how the thing just go. So all you pan enthusiasts, I hope that you will have a really fantastic day today, yeah? So welcome to the second hour. Well, inside of the second hour of the Breakfast Show. And of course, you are listening to NETT Radio, New Era TT Radio. This is the Breakfast Show. Wendell Stephen, Richard Raghubar Singh, and of course, yours truly, Sir Charles. We keep your company Monday to Friday, 6 to 9 a.m. We are here. All right, let me say good morning to the folks on Gael Caribbean TV also. Good morning to Errol and the team. Thank you so much for keeping us outside there. Some people remember, as always, when you don't find us on Gael Caribbean TV or you don't see us on YouTube or Facebook, once we are not streaming and we are not doing the talk shows, you can come across the NETT Radio TT. That's netradiott.com, and you will be able to listen to us all day and every day, all right? Of course, all our social media pages are NETT Radio Trinidad. So like, subscribe, follow all of them. Put your stamp on it. And also NETT Radio Trinidad on all our streaming platforms. So whether you are on Radio Garden, Online Radio Box, Simple Radio, MyTuner, or TuneIn, I forgot one in between there, but all the major streaming platforms, we are NETT Radio Trinidad. Tell your Google and smart devices to play NETT Radio Trinidad. So Alexa, play NETT Radio Trinidad. So like, subscribe, and follow, okay? And of course, don't forget to donate to the platform also. You can do that. There's a donate button on our YouTube description, on our Facebook page, and also on our website, right? So our morning poll, we're asking you this morning, do you expect economic benefits to come from our recent business with the U.S.? Significant announcements being made. All right, do you expect it to turn into brighter days? We turn the corner. Better days are coming. All those kind of chat you just normally get. Do you expect it to turn into economic benefits for you, for Trinidad and Tobago, right? If you're saying yes, you're voting 1. If you're saying no, you're voting 2. And when we come back, we'll tell you how you voted, right? So people, don't forget the Color Week Cruise is coming up on Saturday. We're just a few days away. And trust me, this is a boat ride anthem we're talking about right about now. Eh? Imagine your cooler stacked, almost empty. Coming down the road, we're winding down the boat ride. And we're winding down with this song. Get your tickets, people. Get your tickets now.
Calling all you NETT Radio listeners and fans. It's time to pack your cooler, gather your crews. Join us on NETT Radio. NETT Radio. Halloween Cooler Crew in red, white, and black. On board the luxurious Island Royalty, Saturday, 15th of August, boarding at 7 p.m. from Hardcuts Shagaramas. We sail at 8 p.m. sharp. Enjoy great music all night long from your favorite NETT DJs: Sir Charles, CJ, Mr. Flavor, Doc International, RJ, and Fluffman.
Tell you you's a big dancer. Come show
Early
them you's a
bird
big
tickets are
dancer.
just $200, after $250. Get your tickets now at Crosby in St. James, Rumba, St. James, Bobby's Bar in Kure, Fats International in Arima, K Square Fashions at C3 Center, West Mall and Eastgate Mall, and all NETT DJs. No glass bottles allowed. Bring your coolers, bring your crews, and let's celebrate together. NETT Radio, NETT Radio. Halloween Cooler Crew, Saturday, August the 15th, aboard the Island Royalty. For information, call 638-2609 or 497-7173. Halloween on the scene.
What do we all want for Trinidad and Tobago? Safer communities, greater opportunities, and a better future. Join Denise Deming every Tuesday at 11 a.m. on NETT Radio for Common Ground TNT. Each week, respected guests tackle the issues affecting our nation, from crime and education to healthcare, the economy, and good governance. Common Ground TNT, finding solutions through conversation. Tuesdays at 11 a.m. on NETT Radio, NETT Radio.
S&H Rumbox, 137 Western Main Road, St. James, for all your retail and wholesale needs for alcohol and non-alcoholic beverages. Call us at 686-0599 or visit us at 137 Western Main Road, St. James. S&H Rumbox, drinking out of the box.
Join me, Brother David Muhammad, every Tuesday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. here on New Era TT Radio, NETT Radio, Powerful Radio. Join me to hear knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Tuesdays, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. here on New Era TT Radio, NETT Radio.
Advertise with us on New Era TT Radio, the fastest growing streaming platform for talk in Trinidad and Tobago. Audio and video ads welcome. Elevate your brand with us. Connect with us at newerattradio@yahoo.com or call us at 299-5156. Now what are you waiting for?
All right, everybody. So we welcome you back to the breakfast show. It's now 27 minutes before the hour of 8 o'clock. And of course, we had to give you that pan song. I was probably one. If anybody asked for a song to be requested where a pan song is concerned, that will probably be the most requested pan song.
By far.
Yeah. Peeps and bongs. I mean, them fellas went overboard. I don't think them fellas said they could even get a better song than that again. In all their life going forward.
No. And you play the version that chip version, the version where you use the chip to the street.
Yeah, that actually went past that next version, long time. Well, yeah, beautiful music, boy. Whenever and that's the beauty of the pan, you get lost in the sweetness of it. Yeah, on the road, all the little pan festivals, and you just chipping, swaying.
Yeah.
All the powder all around you. And the nice thing about it is that most of the events, at least all the events that I have really attended, I've not really had any incidents.
No, I've never observed an incident in any pan event that I've attended.
I mean,
Never.
we real lucky, because I mean, all these stories I heard as a child from pan, with Tokyo.
Yeah, but that pan was back in the day. Yeah.
We real lucky. I mean, if that whole pan culture could change, trust me, Trinidad and Tobago could change.
True.
Yeah.
So very true. It took a while, but it changed.
Yeah,
and
but
now
it did.
pan is probably the most peaceful event you could attend.
Yeah. Because there were times people didn't want to be around pan. If you was a pan man, you can get certain kind of girls.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, guys. All really. Yeah.
Yeah, but even pan events abroad, you see videos of carnivals abroad, and you will see fights, but it's never during the pan time.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? It's never during the time when the instrument pan, the steel pan, is being used. It's always a big truck and a set of fight break out. It's always a big truck with music and a set of fight break out.
Yeah. So kind of and what's the next one? Well, good. Look at it. Anyhow, yeah.
That's such a trippiness, raga nonsense playing. But pan, never. I knock wood that it remains that way. You know what I mean? I mean, do ever get an idiot in pan. Because even individuals who you'd probably avoid in certain events, you'll see them in pan and you don't feel anyway,
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's so many young people now playing the instrument, It's a joyful thing. So go out and enjoy World Steel Pan Day today, people. There are several events at the Massey Panyard, at the Renegades Panyard, and up at the Queen's Park Savannah today. Go out and enjoy it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll create a pan day for you guys on the station. Maybe I'll probably take a maybe like a Thursday and make it a pan day.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Yeah. That's not a bad idea at all. Of course, the next best thing All Stars ever play. Well, All Stars play so many good tunes, but Corita Bank. When that start up on the Avenue, Sir Charles, people just go crazy.
Yeah.
When you hear this horn, All Stars have a horn that just blow.
Yeah.
So know they coming and you see that swiveling light coming down the road. Anyway.
Well, they can go in Port of Spain and experience all that today.
So somebody said management should give you the day off today for that tune, for that selection. I'm sure I saw that in the chat.
Yes.
Okay,
I'm glad you take a little day off, no problem.
Yeah, who said it? Melchizedek. Melchizedek said the management should give Charles the day off. I'm assuming it's because of your pan tune.
I suppose. I get in one tomorrow. All right. Well, let's get back to the poll, people.
Yep. Our poll is up. No, I didn't see much votes on it after, a lot of talk on all different manner of things. And of course, of who started these negotiations and who's ending it. At the end of the day, whoever is the government in office need to get it done. Do you expect economic benefits to come from our recent business with the U.S.? Yes, if you're voting yes, you vote 1. If you're voting no, you vote 2. All right? We could continue to take some votes, but we could take some calls also too on this poll, and you could weigh in on what you would have seen and heard coming out from the press conferences yesterday. And Sir Charles, and sorry, Richard Wayne, when you looked at Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar yesterday, and you heard her speak, you could tell the difference between somebody who's speaking the pill and somebody who's sending out releases. You could tell the difference. You listen to her, you speak, you watch her, you could tell that's not the same person sending out them crazy releases.
Interesting. Interesting right now. All right. But people, we can take your calls at 2811-315-299-5156. I think I could give all of the results of the polling. Look how it come down this morning. When,
Look at that. Look at that poll today. 52, do you expect economic benefits? 52% of you said yes. 48% said no, you couldn't. Well, the only thing closer than that is 51-49.
Yeah, it was actually 50-50. There's no way. As I blink and put it up, that it went up to 50. It was 50-50. That's why I put it.
You know why? Annalie Johnson and Nicola McNichols voted one just now. That's why.
That is it. Because
that's what changed the poll.
Yeah. I was so pleased to see the poll saying 50-50. I said, hey, I want them to see this. Annalie and them just jump in and change it. All right.
Yeah, two votes came in and changed it. All right. 52-48. That's the results of our poll today, people. Thanks for participating.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So, people, we can take your calls. 281-1315, 299-5156. You know, a lot of things were said coming out of that. But do you really expect that it will bring the benefits to Trinidad and Tobago that we are hoping it will? I am very hopeful because at the end of the day, Trinidad and Tobago needs a break. You know, some things, regardless of who start, where it is, and where it's going, I think for us in Trinidad and Tobago, I'm just happy that something is happening. I just hope that the final signing off things that need to take place stays in place, and we could really get that economic benefit, because that could take us into the next 20 years down the road, you know. But you know, when gas and oil start to flow, other development has started to take a back seat. Yeah,
normal thing in this country. We are so heavily dependent on it.
Yeah. We just get lazy with other things. But let's take a call. Scholar, good morning.
Good morning. The Three Musketeers. The first time I got in so
early, Mr. Brad, 15 minutes before 8 o'clock, you know.
Well, I get to know that. I get it first.
Oh, okay. No problem.
Yeah, anyhow, listen. For the poll, I will go with yes, because anything happen good for the country. This is not no party thing with me. Anything good for the country, it's good for everybody. You understand? Well, with concerning the parliament, Wendell especially, I want to do one thing. On your bucket list, I know your bucket list thing. You could learn to play a pan within 2 weeks. Go and try, because you say you never played in your life. It's one
never.
Well, right. It's one of the nicest thing you could take my advice as an old pan man. Because I played pan since I was 14 years. 14 years with City Symphony. Because when I was going, I was 16, I was playing pan already. You know what nice about pan, Wendell? Well, you have no teaching on music. You can play nothing. And a man could show you something, you learn it, and you see pan is retainer. That's why my retainer is so good. I could imagine a retainer tune like August Davis, 15-16 minutes long, classic. So playing Calcio Temple on the road, Juve morning, coming up Parks, them are the Hades, with all them bands coming up and down. And you want to know when to cut off, when to come in. You understand? That is the beauty of steel band. It's the greatest instrument we ever think in the world. Because listen, I used to work on the farm, and you look up at pan, and on the off night, we go in the religion and play a little thing and make a little extra change. You understand? That way when I say about part.
Yeah.
So
thanks, Mr. Grant.
All the best.
Thanks, Mr. Grant.
All right. I can't promise you I'll put that on a bucket list, because I've never had the actual desire to do it. You know what I mean? I've always enjoyed it. I've always admired people who did it. You know what I mean? But I've never really had that urge to actually go and learn to play it. You know what I also don't know how to do? And strange enough, I saw a video on it this morning. I said, but you know, I don't know how to tie a tie. You know? You know how to tie a tie?
Yeah, I can tie a tie.
I don't know how to do it, you know. I don't even bother to try. I mean, when I used to use tie, I used to have them pre-done for me by someone, and I would just slack me to take it off my neck.
Yeah.
I can't tie a tie.
Mr. Patrick, good morning.
Yeah. When
morning, sir.
Yeah, they haven't planning ceremony 28th of year.
I see you put that in the chat just now. 28th of October? August?
August.
Okay. All right.
You haven't borrowed a week, you forget?
Yeah. Well, I thought I missed it, on the weekend. But it's on the 28th.
Yeah.
All right. God willing, I'll be there.
Bellamy Street, I want my partner tell me, that was real planning around the 20th of June. It's down. But it's down. No.
Oh, all right.
Right. What I want to say, America is a very smart country, and they just use other countries to get the interest done. China and America having a bacchanal going on there with steel, right? Or you know what, right?
Mm-hmm.
Steel. So, America is to come to Trinidad to revive the steel mill. Like all the things, because America wants steel. I listened to a bacchanal yesterday where they say the American weapon stash gone very low, and they're looking to try to rebuild it back. The Pentagon said that. So, Trinidad is a place we have a mill, a steel mill back up doing nothing. Come and revive the steel mill and take all the steel. That going to be the interest. So when we talk about America coming and do things, America don't do nothing in a country that don't have an interest. You know, but it will be nice. We got workers make their jobs and things, right? The gas and all the same issue. America like to go in countries which they don't have no certain labor laws either. I don't know if you all know that. Environmental laws.
Mm-hmm.
Or you know anything about that? Environmental laws that is very strict in America. They go in Caribbean countries and they do anything they want because the law is different. So open all your eyes and open all your ears and what's going on. Have a good day.
Yeah, take care.
Yeah.
Well, we have always had this admiration for the white man from America. We've always had that admiration. I don't know. Anyway, let me
Yeah. You did make a great point, Mr. Patrick, because we do have certain things at our disposal. When it comes to infrastructure, we do have the energy infrastructure. We have pipelines, we have some processing plants and different things that is needed. So, if let's say we're ready, and some of those things that we have idle is how fast we can now get some of those things back up and running. Caller, good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning. Martin.
Happy World Steel Band Day to you all.
Thank you.
I must thank Dr. Rowley for giving us the steel pan as our national instrument. And I don't know why they, up to now, that $100 bill that had the steel pan on it, they pull it off and it can't come back yet. But I think I know why. Okay? I saw the landmassive in South Land Mall at they had some pan clash between Superior and Delta. Oh boy, those young people, they were great. And hats off to the person who took steel pan to the schools, because steel pan was a bad word. And when I saw steel pan playing in church, in a Catholic church, I was shocked. I think, who was the priest boy? Father Steve. Well, somebody took No, it wasn't a castle. It was the Trinity Cathedral. Father John C. Wells took it there and say, yes, pan going somewhere. I want to ask you all something. I saw the Prime Minister. I saw a picture came out with her saying that 10 days, we had 10 days, there were no murders. When did that happen? I can't remember. For 2026, 10 days passed and there was no murders in Trinidad. I would like the Prime Minister to identify that month that we had 10 days, because that is something, I mean, she ain't say 2 days, she ain't say 3. She said 10 days, you know. 10 days, we didn't have a murder in Trinidad.
I think at the point that she was saying it, am I garbled, Sir Charles?
Yeah, no, you're okay.
I think at the point that she was saying it, was the day that the first murder broke the trend.
Yeah,
that was my interpretation. Yeah,
it was sometime last week.
So the 10 days at the point that she was saying it was the 10 days before.
Yeah.
But what Ms. Diego Martin saying is that we never had such an occasion with 10 days without murder.
I read it clear.
So you're not saying that the Prime Minister is lying?
She said I think she.
Well, it's a data point that's easily checked. If you think that she's wrong, you come and say, look, she said 10 days, but there were 3 murders in the 10 days, and prove your case. Yeah. Otherwise, you're just speculating.
But that is madness. But Richard, every morning, somebody on my neighborhood chat post, oh, that happened between ending of July, August. I follow like a little Roberts. What? Every morning.
Yeah, but that is not data.
Yeah, somebody get killed last night. Wait, that reminds.
Well, I am saying that she said it was the 10 days prior to when she made the statement. So look at the 10 days prior to when she made the statement, and if you can prove that there was a murder within that 10 days, then come back and prove your case.
But when Richard, she said that I have to pull up because I just saw it come up on my phone from my neighborhood chat, where she said that I am going to do it, because as far as I know, when she said that, there was no month. She didn't say 1 or 2. There was no month. This country had 10 days lapse of murders. Madness. That's happened to be the Prime Minister's dreams.
I can't dispute it because I didn't double check it.
I can't remember if she actually said that. She actually said that?
She said that. She said that. She did say it. Okay. She did say it.
Yeah.
So I can see that I did see that report. She said it, and I know she said it, but for me, how I interpreted it, Wendell, she was saying it at the end of the 10-day period because she said the trend was broken today because there was some murder.
Okay, I missed that.
Yeah. So to me, it was an interpretation of the 10 days prior. Nobody died. Or nobody died. Nobody was murdered.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my interpretation. Now I read it and I said, oh, okay. But I didn't feel impassioned about it to say, well, let me go and check to see whether this is true or not. I didn't. I just read it and said,
you too felt she was talking Japanese?
No, I didn't think that. I just felt, okay, if that's true, it's good. Nobody got murdered.
Yeah.
So I was boasting about that.
But if that was true, the police would have been boasting about that.
They are boasting about the fact that murders are down, Wendell.
No, I mean that particular period of no murders in 10 days, the police would have been boasting about that.
But who's the bigger person to boast than the Prime Minister?
I tell you, it's a release, and it was a release that come.
I think it was a speech that she was talking somewhere.
She was actually.
She was talking somewhere, and she was saying for the 10 days there was no murders, and this is kind of she didn't say historic.
Politicians need to stay away from them things, and as soon as they say something, bam, something has happened. They need to hush.
When she did say that, as I speak, I think something did happen. You know, she was talking.
Yeah, she did say that. She said she was saying it was broken.
Yeah, she didn't. She didn't.
That was right. That wasn't the time when we had the 5 murders in 24 hours or something. So
no,
right after.
She was.
You didn't understand what I'm saying. What broke it? And was not the 5 murders splurge?
No, she said it was a murder that happened.
Okay. Anyway, why are we discussing that?
Because somebody just brought it up. Somebody just brought it up. And seemed to be inferring that the Prime Minister was being less than truthful. And I had to say, well, if you think that, come with your evidence.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Go back and pull it up and see.
Yeah. I can't say that the Prime Minister was being untruthful.
Well, if I have to take from this chat, she was being deceptive. Richard, you're acting like Kamala, not accustomed lying. These PNN
I never said the Prime Minister lied. Don't drag me no bacchanal, please. Don't drag me no bacchanal.
Somebody said that.
All the bacchanal among all yourselves. Do not drag me into it.
Well, I can't accept nothing good coming out of the Prime Minister.
Do not drag me into any bacchanal.
10 days
all I am saying is if you had a problem with the statement, come with your facts.
Come with your data. Come with your
That's
data.
all I am saying. I had no problem with it. I had no problem. I didn't feel like, oh my God, let me go and check it. I really didn't feel any need to do that. If you feel the need to do that, do it and come back with your facts.
Because Richard, deep down in your soul, in the body of you feel that she was just not talking to you.
No, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus.
Look where you reach now. Look where you reach now.
Oh Lord, hey, listen, this place, yes.
You know, and that is the thing about data and statistics. You know, anybody that puts out data, there are people who collect data, check the data, and bring it and say, well, no, look the real story here.
But I'm surprised. I may admit that might have been one of the days that I missed, but I'm surprised you all didn't deal with that more decisively. What is wrong with you all? Like when I not you all, they don't deal with it too. So
that was just over the weekend, and it's only yesterday.
No. But even so, there were always other more issues to discuss besides that statement. That's not a statement by itself that you need to discuss.
But that's something to celebrate. If that's so.
No, but I'm saying if there were other things also going on that had your attention.
Mm-hmm.
Which is probably what happens because there are always multiple stories happening in a parallel stream in Trinidad and Tobago, and you choose.
So you're saying to hell with what the Prime Minister said about it?
No, I'm not saying that. You're a real politician, boy. It's a wonder you never make cabinet minister because you're very well trained.
He's getting better. He's getting better at putting it to you. Caller, good morning. Front and center.
Hey, good morning. Front and center, Norfolk, Virginia. Hey, thanks to the memories, Sir Charles, as we used to call the Babylon headquarters, the original police headquarters. You know, every time the sea bands are on the road, especially from behind the bridge, we'd stop right outside there and do our little mini concert, whether it's Panorama Piece or whatever. So good choice, for Panday. Have a good day. Bye.
Okay. No.
Which part Babylon headquarters is?
I was just about to ask him that. Pull outside.
And they would stop and play pan? Okay.
I don't know exactly where the Babylon headquarters were. I don't know if it's Besser Street. Where Pandas pass again? Where by
Pando pass Besser Street?
Yeah. Police headquarters.
Pando the barracks in St. James? St. Vincent Street? Listen, Pando Santos Jr. He might be taking pills yet.
Leave the man alone. Hey, Captain Ron.
Do not get me hyped up, please, because I find drivers looking at me strangely because I was a little animated just now.
Have you seen the videos of driver? Just also, Charles, let me just raise this quickly. Have you all seen the video of a driver who's just been, like, he was just like he trip off and going mad and on the road, bad driving people, and people filming him? On 3 different occasions. One was with 2 women in a car, and then the other one was a gentleman. The same vehicle.
The same vehicle?
I sent it in the chat.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw it.
The same vehicle, bad driving people.
Yeah, okay.
Like he just went on a...
Yeah, it was by Carib.
Yes, right in St. Joseph area there, Cureb St. Joseph area.
Yeah, pulled in front of people and blocking them and thing, a PB something.
PBR?
I don't know.
Let me get... What do you know? What do you give
PB or PBR?
Hold on, it's in the chat.
Yeah.
People who have phones in the car, they could say, please call 999.
Yes, a woman called the police. PBR 7889. A white Honda CRV.
Yeah.
He's just blocking people. Driving and blocking people and AA.
I'd hold it there, Wendell. Captain Ron, go ahead.
Morning, gentlemen. Morning, gentle people.
Morning.
Morning, Captain Ron.
Morning. You know, first of all, I don't know if y'all is paranoid and being scared to talk that Richard is off the tops. I know you don't want them to come and take him, so I don't know, right, why you're doing that. But just calm down, everything will be all right. I'll come and bail you guys. Don't worry. I promise you all that. Any one of you get locked up, I come in and bail you. All right? But on another note, you see that thing you all played this morning there with the guy going to customs and the ladies lying?
Mm-hmm.
I experienced something like that, and I missed my flight. I had to go on another plane, and that's how I got away from that girl. A girl, when I was young, I was after her. But she was going to New York, out to the islands. She's going, I'm going to meet at the airport, and we'll be on the same flight, on American Airlines. But I got back into the country late from another flight to make the connection. So I ended up taking BWE to New York. And when I got there, I found out from a friend of mine, he's a Port Authority police. Over 20 kilos of cocaine in a bag. And I said, my goodness, this is what the girls wanted me to travel with her. But that same scene, that's a very important thing you guys played there this morning. And people should take it. Don't play with customs and don't play with immigration. That's how I have.
Yep.
Yeah, the only one of the 3 of us here will get trapped is Wendell. Me and Sir Charles said, no, carry your bag yourself, madam.
All right, guys, have a good day.
Yeah.
All right. I'm not taking anybody bag with me. I mean, as I tell you, I was traveling already.
Wendell, you watch the woman bag. You watch the woman bag. It's on camera somewhere.
Because she literally just said, watch my bag for me, and she ran off. And so I'm watching that behind the line is moving.
If anybody say, hey, watch my bag for me and run, I gone one time.
You want running? If you don't eat that bag, it might not hold him.
But this was the person who she sat next to me on the plane. I mean, she slept the entire flight. She didn't even eat. They bring her a special meal for her. She refused it because apparently she had pre-ordered. No, but she was literally, she's next to me. There's only a seat in between us. You know what I mean? She was on the window on the aisle. And so, but we didn't speak at all. Even coming out
But she couldn't eat the food? She couldn't eat the food?
She slept. She had ordered a special meal that they brought for her, and she said she didn't want it.
That didn't raise your suspicions?
Well, kind of, but me, I always, so accustomed to traveling and saying nothing to people. Yeah, I say nothing to people, generally. But
So you pre-order a meal, Sir Charles. You pre-order a meal and the meal reach and you can't eat it.
You can eat it. I played that.
What you have in your stomach too. That's where my brain would go. What you have in your stomach too.
Yeah, she didn't eat.
Nobody bag and nobody don't come that by me and tell me carry that pack of soap for my aunt.
No, a friend of mine asked me to bring up almonds powder. I remember he and his girl. So I have now. He asked me to bring up some almonds powder to England for him, and he said somebody will drop it for me. They'll buy it and drop it for me. The person did bring the almonds powder, drop the almonds powder for me to take up to England for him. Brother man, that almonds powder never leave Trinidad. I went and buy almonds myself.
Right.
And think it because when the question that is asked, especially if you go to London, they ask you pack. Well, they always ask you if you pack your own bag. But in London, they have dogs. Them have the works when Trinidad and Tobago flights land in London. Sniffer dogs walking through the while you're standing up. All kind of thing. I ain't taking no chance because I don't think my partner would set me up like that. But the fact that I didn't buy the almonds worried me, and I went and I get rid of the almonds the person bring for me, and I buy my own almonds powder and carry a plate.
Yeah, I think I'm doing that. But than that, I see when a dog pull up by your foot, it'll just feel funny.
What? What?
The dog go anywhere all of a sudden, it back and come back by your foot.
Yeah, you just feel like the meal you eat 5 days ago will be still smelling or something. It's all right.
All they reaching the point of buying the almonds, and I say, what? You want me to bring up what? I say, you're mad or what? I say, order that on Amazon, eh?
No, because you're not getting it out there. This is a little while now. I bought the almonds. I say, you want almonds powder? Fine. Because everybody used to use almonds powder on their baby long time, not so?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Everybody used to sprinkle the bait on the baby with almonds powder.
So what happened to Johnson's?
Johnson's are way done. Richard, how far back you going?
Johnson was in the days of cousins.
No, but Johnson's have a baby powder. How you think the girls got powder on their chest? The powder puff pussy. What you think they're using? What you think the powder puff pussy using on their chest? It's Johnson's baby powder. That's the standard for chest powder.
Oh gosh! Hey, look at it.
I'm going for the news and Johnson. I can see that.
Well, let's stay right there. We're going for the news.
I'm sure the grandchildren use almonds too.
The news you need, the clarity you deserve. Local, regional, global. This is NETT Radio News Now.
This is News Now on NETT Radio and Guile TV. I am Derek McMillan. Thank you for joining us. Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar says Trinidad and Tobago's energy sector is entering a potentially transformative period, with BP taking full control of the Calypso deepwater gas project. Calypso is estimated to hold 4.4 trillion cubic feet of predominantly dry, sweet natural gas off Trinidad's northeast coast. Persad-Bissessar says BP's acquisition of Woodside's 70% interest could accelerate a final investment decision and help secure domestic gas supplies beyond 2030. She also announced progress on the Mannequin-Coquina cross-border gas project with Venezuela, which could increase gas supplies to Atlantic LNG from 2027. Meanwhile, ExxonMobil has completed seismic acquisition in its ultra-deepwater acreage off Tanti, with analysis now underway. The Prime Minister says the developments could bring new investment, industries, and jobs. The Independence Day Parade will return on August 31st, but at a new location in the Queen's Park Savannah. This year's parade will be staged on the northern side of the Savannah, facing President's House, instead of the traditional grandstand. The change is expected to save millions, as the North Stand would otherwise have to be removed to accommodate the event. The parade will be the first Independence Day event for the Kamla Persad-Bissessar-led UNC government. Officials say space and shade will be provided for spectators, while the traditional parade route through Tragarit Road to the police barracks in St. James will remain. The government is also expected to stage fireworks on Independence Night. Homeland Security Minister Roger Alexander says some locations initially identified for government's 30 mobile police posts are being reconsidered following assessments by law enforcement. Alexander says the initiative has been in development for more than a year, but some proposed sites may not be strategically suitable. He says officers are being consulted on the best locations, while work has already been completed on posts at Eddie Hart Grounds, Taruba, and Grand Bazaar. Alexander says the number of police and defense force personnel assigned to each post will be determined by the police commissioner and chief of defense staff. He also says 233 new police officers are expected next month. Opposition MP Camille Robinson-Regis has apologized to UDCOT chairman Shankar Badaisi over remarks she made concerning 2 HDC insurance brokerage contracts. The contracts awarded to Comprehensive Insurance Brokers Limited have a combined value of about $6.12 million. Robinson-Regis said she made a genuine error when she referred to the UDCOT chairman in connection with the company. She clarified that she had intended to refer to Peter Canhai, chairman of the National Carnival Commission and a UDCOT board member and deputy chairman. Robinson-Regis said she did not intend to suggest that Badaisi had any connection to the insurance company or the contracts. She unreservedly apologized and said her statement should be treated as a correction of the record. 2 men were shot dead in separate incidents in Calvary Hill, Arima, yesterday morning. They were identified as 27-year-old Rion Rambo Thomas of Green Street and 38-year-old Ishmael Yam Yam Vincent of Calvary Hill. Police say Thomas was walking with his girlfriend along Prince Street around 4:15 a.m. when a passenger from a vehicle stopped nearby and opened fire. Thomas died at the scene. Minutes later, another shooting was reported in the area. Police say CCTV captured a masked gunman and another suspect opening fire on a vehicle. Vincent was found unresponsive and was pronounced dead. The 2 killings came after a 10-day period without a reported murder. Meanwhile, 5 people, including a soldier and 2 teenagers, were arrested following 2 home invasions in Superior on Saturday. Police recovered jewelry and cellular phones believed to have been stolen during the robberies. Justice Arif Bulkan of the Caribbean Court of Justice says concerns about a single judge overriding the majority are among the reasons some Caribbean countries have been reluctant to accept the CCJ's appellate jurisdiction. Bulkan made the comments in internal correspondence during a dispute among CCJ judges over the leadership of President Justice Winston Anderson. He said the appellate system requires multiple judges to independently consider cases, providing safeguards against bias and ensuring the integrity of decisions. Bulkan also stressed the importance of judges respecting each other's opinions and allowing genuine opportunities for consultation. His comments come amid allegations by a majority of CCJ judges that Anderson has acted in an authoritarian manner and attempted to influence judicial decisions. Finally, a magnitude 7.4 earthquake has killed at least 110 people in Colombia, with a state of emergency declared as rescue teams search collapsed buildings for survivors. The quake struck Choco province early yesterday at a depth of about 103 kilometers and was felt across much of western Colombia. Pereira was among the worst-hit areas, with at least 40 deaths reported and 65 buildings collapsed. People are believed to be trapped in 15 of those buildings. Buildings also collapsed in Cali, while deaths were reported in several other cities and regions. Authorities warn the death toll could rise as search and rescue operations continue. And that is NETT Radio News at this time.
That was news now. Stay informed with New Era TT Radio. NETT Radio.
Calling all you NETT Radio listeners and fans. It's time to pack your cooler, gather your crews. Join us on NETT Radio. NETT Radio Halloween Cooler Crew in red, white, and black. On board the luxurious Island Royalty, Saturday, 15th of August, boarding at 7 p.m. from Hardcott's Shagaramas. We sail at 8 p.m. sharp. great music all night long from your favorite net DJs. Search as CJ, Mr. Flavor, Doc International, RJ, and Fluffman.
Tell you you's a big dancer. Come show
Early
them who's a
bird
big
tickets are
dancer.
just $200 after $250. Get your tickets now at Crosby in St. James, Rumba, St. James, Bobby's Bar in Korea, Bats International in Arima, K Square Fashions at C3 Center, West Mall and Eastgate Mall, and all net DJs. No glass bottles allowed. Bring your coolers, bring your crews, and let's celebrate together. Net Radio, Halloween, Hula Cruise. Saturday, August the 15th, aboard the Island Royalty. For information, call 638-2609 or 497-7173. Halloween, on the scene.
What do we all want for Trinidad and Tobago? Safer communities, greater opportunities, and a better future. Join Denise Deming every Tuesday at 11 a.m. on NETT Radio for Common Ground TNT. Each week, respected guests tackle the issues affecting our nation, from crime and education to healthcare, the economy, and good governance. Common Ground TNT, finding solutions through conversation. Tuesdays at 11 a.m. on NETT Radio, NETT Radio.
S&H Rumbox, 137 Western Main Road, St. James, for all your retail and wholesale needs for alcohol and non-alcoholic beverages. Call us at 686-0599 or visit us at 137 Western Main Road, St. James. S&H Rumbox, drinking out of the box.
Join me, Brother David Muhammad, every Tuesday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. here on New Era TT Radio, Net Radio, Powerful Radio. Join me to hear knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Tuesdays, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. here on New Era TT Radio, Net Radio.
Advertise with us on New Era TT Radio, the fastest growing streaming platform for talk in Trinidad and Tobago. Audio and video ads welcome. Elevate your brand with us. Connect with us at newerattradio@yahoo.com or call us at 299-5156. Now what are you waiting for?
So what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Come on. I remember we have advertising space here for you on the net, right? You can get your stuff, get your brand, get your product, put it outside here, and let's see if we can, get your product moving. All right. Also, people, don't forget that the Colorway Cruise is here. Yeah, we're just a few days away. If you have not gotten your tickets, well, I tell you, there's only one or two places you can get it right now. You can get it at Rumbox. You can get it in St. James, Crosby's in St. James, and Bobby's Bar in Curab. All right. Other than that, you have to call the numbers or check the DJs, see who have a ticket, and see if you can get yourself a ticket right now. But we're heading down to the cruise on Saturday. Get yourself in a gear, stack your coolers, right? I remember no glass bottles. Right, but you can put everything else in between there, and we are boarding at 7 p.m. We're sailing at 8 p.m. on board the Island Royalty. Now, that's happening this Saturday, so come down early, and let's have a fantastic time on Colorway Cruise. Remember, it's pre-independent, so your colors are red, white, and black. We know you look good in those colors. So we're looking forward to hanging out with you guys and ladies, and we're looking forward to meeting all of you. So come on out. And of course, remember, you can support the cruise by still buying a ticket and supporting the venture, okay? Right.
All right.
Before we go forward also, let me just do this before I forget again. First of all, I want to send out happy birthday greetings to Michael out there in Long Island. Michael is celebrating his birthday today. birthday.
Hey, Michael, happy birthday.
And I forgot to say greetings to Michael this morning. So, Michael, I do apologize. And of course, greetings are coming from his wife, Tricia, wishing him all the best and much, much love. I guess you guys are so lucky. All right. So, happy birthday to you, Michael. Also to my cousin Arlene, who's celebrating her birthday today. My real bestie. I forget her birthday also. Oh my word. So Arlene, I want to wish you all the best. Have a great day. I'll call you when I finish. All right. All right. So that's my birthday greetings.
All right. Let me say a special morning to Maya Haley, who is listening and watching at the same time. I always tell people it's don't send one views for people with two phones, eh? It doesn't work. Richard, I seen here where people saying powder does cause cancer. Since when? Powder can cause cancer. Is that true? I never heard that before. You know, and all the powder puff girls and the extensions saying Johnson & Johnson is what they use. You know, but we hoping to see all of you all at the boat cruise or the cruise on Saturday. Come down. Even if you don't want to go on the boat, just come and lime on the pier too with us. We don't mind. We'll be there from early. You know what I mean?
Whatever you pay for drinking.
Yeah. Yeah, Richard will have a well-stocked cooler. You all don't have to worry. And this is the Amen powder that people, the younger generation use.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. Right. Get your powder.
Yes.
Get your powder and get yourself in.
Oh, okay. Debbie Mitchell is saying it can cause ovarian cancer in ladies. I didn't know that. I never heard that. Okay. Interesting. Jillian Dick is on the chat sending birthday greetings to her niece, Marsha Green, and nephew, Sheldon Green, today. All right, Jillian, you know, wake up or what? So you know, sending her birthday greetings. All right. Okay. Some people just put in anything they want on the chat now. Anyway. All right. So those are some of you. We could still take a few of your calls. Of course, that video. So Charles, you can get that video with that road rage yesterday. You could do that quickly.
Which
kind
one?
of short. There's three of them. It's the same vehicle.
I know.
It's the same vehicle involved in different episodes of road rage.
With the ladies and them, because that has some cussing.
Nah, that has cussing?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, don't play that one.
Two other ladies and them do a little cussing between them, but
okay. I didn't hear obscene. I didn't hear any obscene in it.
Yeah.
You know, but this is of me. I like somebody like they just trip off yesterday.
Yeah.
And decided to bad drive people and actually turn in the vehicle to block them, you know.
Yeah, that mad all on the highway and thing.
Crazy.
Yeah, that real crazy, man. And let's take a couple of calls while I organize it. Caller, good morning.
Good morning, Richard Wendell.
Morning, Raymond.
Morning.
Richard, I need to get some information. Where would the troops be assembling? Is it on the road between the President's house and the Savannah? And where would the dignitaries be sitting or coming? You know, like they will normally they would announce the Prime Minister coming and you see the car pull up in front of the grandstand and they come out. Where would that be happening for the dignitaries? And also, the second thing I need to get some information from, I don't know if you all can help. In terms of these mobile booths and things, how were they procured and things, and what is the cost for units and overall cost? Could you all help with that? Thanks.
All right.
I think what Raymond needs is a Freedom of Information Act. Information. I don't think we have the information, Raymond, but you know, I know people ask.
No, they're wrong. You know, wake up or what?
Hey, I have been there for a few days, you know.
She like she now wake up. We did so much tribute on World Pan Day already.
Yeah. Oh, well,
including play All Stars. We read the events who happened today.
Yeah.
But I heard from Michael from Long Island who sent me this article, Sir Charles, and I'll quickly read it. It's pretty short. Johnson & Johnson's proposed a $5.5 billion settlement to resolve roughly 76,000 lawsuits claiming its talc-based baby powder, caused ovarian cancer and mesothelioma, that's what it is, due to trace asbestos contamination. The company denies all wrongdoing, maintaining that its products are safe and asbestos-free. But they proposed a $5.5 billion settlement. So there you go. So Debbie and the others who said it in the chat, they absolutely. I never heard of that before. So thank you, Michael, for sending me the actual story.
And look at that. And I'm sure nobody I don't say I'm sure. Let me not say I'm sure because I'm not sure. I'm sure people right here would have been affected by that and got nothing out of that settlement.
Or probably didn't pursue it.
Yeah.
You know, we are afraid to pursue legal things here a lot of times, because sometimes it takes so long.
And then this costs money too, and the average person really ain't have money for legal fees and thing, you know.
Yeah. All right. But look, it's all the women putting it in the chat though. So I guess women would have more been powder users, you know.
Yeah.
Mostly women who would have used talcum powder back in the day. Although now I seen men and all have powder on their neck and thing too, yes.
Serious?
Yeah. You never see some young boys with powder on their neck?
No boy.
Yes.
All right, okay. Men?
Huh?
Men?
But men, they men, like, they understand that question, no?
It kind of hard to know these days, you know. Anyhow. Good morning.
Hey, to Charles, good morning.
Morning, Dabby.
Wendy, good morning.
Morning.
And Richard, good morning. So I am in defense of Ms. Digo Martin. I went and do my research. Point she brought up, the Prime Minister said there were no murders for 10 days and like VAPs 2 and 3 and 4 over the weekend, right? So when she said that, it was on Friday, August the 7th, right? Which was last Friday there. So I went back from July, but I'm going to take the last 10 days. So I'm starting with Monday, the 27th of July. There were 222 murders on that day. Tuesday, the 28th, it went up by 1 to 223. Wednesday, the 29th, it went up by 1 to 224. Thursday, the 30th, that is July, it remained at 224. Friday, 31st July, it went up by 1 to 225. So, that is the end of the week, Friday. So, Saturday, Sunday. Monday, the 3rd of August, the first Monday in the new month. It went up by 1. Well, no, actually, it stayed the same. So, 225. So, what I'm going to say, I'm going to read out all this because I'm going to show you this. From Friday, the 31st of July, the murder count was still at 225. So that meant up to 25 remained until Friday the 7th, which was the day she spoke about 10 days without a murder. And there were only 6 days without a murder until over the weekend here, where we had the 3 persons died. So Ms. Digo Martin was correct as well. It was not 10 days.
All right. So how many days you got? You got what? 6 days?
6 days. Then from the 3rd of August, the whole of last week.
So you got 6 days, but you didn't get 10 days.
There were not 10 days. Before I give you the statistics is for 10 days and prior. Right? So it's only 6 days. It went without a murder. 6 days. 205 murdered on the 31st of July, and that remained so until Friday the 7th. So that is 1 week and 1 day. That could not be 10 days. So, Ms. Digo Martin, you think it in here, right? Just like everybody else, because every day is like a murder happening. but the statistics will show there are only 6 days and not 10. And
Yeah, thank you. And just bear in mind too, those are reported murders, It's not because some murders are not reported. Trust me.
Well,
Yeah.
that is the point I was saying, make Sir Charles. There are murders that are not reported.
Yeah.
So if the police, that's why I don't believe the police reporter with the number of murders. Well, let me tell you where I got this from. I got this from the Ian Allen program. And he just have all the murders up on his screen. And his figures are different from what the TTPS has. The TTPS has 7 murders less than Ian Allen. You hear what I'm saying? 7. But we have to go by the official report, right? That's according to them. So what I'm saying, there were no 10 days without a murder. We hope there would have been. We hope there would have been none again, like Monday to Friday of last week. But of course, unfortunately, it starts again. So the Prime Minister should never say nothing. Because when they say things that ain't happening, bam, it is come and happen. All right. So what I wanted to defend Ms. Digo Martin this morning on that. So
well, you did well. You did well.
Let me just make my point with the signing of the cutting of the ribbon yesterday for the steel company. The thing is, the benefits won't happen until next 2 years. So are we not to drink no gas? I'm going.
All right.
All right. Okay. All right. So, Miss Diego Martin, Miss Dabney has gone ahead and vindicated you. She said she fined 6 days. She didn't find 10 days. All right. So
I had a cricket coach. When you make like you make 1 and you come out, right? You get out for 1, score 1, right? And you come out and he teasing you and I say, but I ain't make duck. Yeah, 1 and duck is the same thing.
Yeah. Well, good morning.
Yes, front and center again. Thank you. Wendell, thank you for reminding me, just as you remember to take your pills too. But
you take it and you come back. You take it and you come back.
All these years. Is that?
Oh, right. You wanted to take it and
my pills run out. I had to go for them Wednesday when the pharmacy does get and the big discount.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I wouldn't ask which color that is. You're talking about a different type of pill. But anyway, hey, you all living in Trinidad all these years and you all don't know where the original police headquarters was until that dolt blow it up? The corner of St. Vincent and Sackville Street, police headquarters.
I mentioned St. Vincent Street.
Oh, and I ain't take my pills.
At 10 St. Vincent Street.
And when... And
but I don't remember steel pan passing there.
But of course, All Stars, Renegades, Tokyo, it would stop outside, especially Tokyo, and play whatever the original Panorama piece or or something. But most of the time, it's a Panorama piece that you play, whether you made it to the finals or not. And yeah, so that's where it was. Right, I think they're going to make it into a museum or something. Did you know about that? I heard something of the sort.
What they make in the museum? There? No, it's still the police headquarters.
It was proposed, I think, to make the headquarters, which was blown up, to make it into a museum. And I they have anything in there to the foundation, to build something like that. But yeah. Anyway, all right, guys. Later. Bye.
All right. Take care.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, I'll go back and take a next
Sorry, guys. Am I gobbling, Sir Charles?
No,
you're fine, Richard. You're fine. Whatever issues you had, you could be cocaine broom out.
No. I was just getting what this show is famous for. Breakfast. Good God. All the seedy minds, all it went somewhere, I know, all it started to drift.
We didn't understand what you said.
I'm gobbling then.
No. but we just didn't understand what you said.
I said I was getting something that for what this show is famous for. Breakfast.
Oh, you got a sponsor?
That's what I said.
You got a sponsor?
Actually, I was in the line to get breakfast, and the lady in front of me turned around and said, "Did you decide what you're getting?" And I said, "Yes." And she said, "Okay, great, because for all of those wonderful times that you distressed me in Queen's Hall and at Central Bank, breakfast is on me today." And I said, "Oh, okay, thank you." But I altered the size of my drink because I felt bad. I was going to have the largest drink in terms of ice matcha. And then I said, you know what? Somebody else paying for it.
So, Charles, I could fall for a woman. It's a problem with me falling for a woman asking me to help with luggage. But you see how easy taking things to eat and breakfast and things from my next woman? You realize what's going on there?
Food does that.
No, God sent her in front of me today and said, Richard, breakfast is the universe said breakfast is free today, Richard.
Okay. All right. So people are saying, yes, there is a police museum at the Central Police Station on St. Vincent Street. It was turned into a museum after the 1990 coup. So I have never been there. But they don't say anything about it. You don't hear any people talking about that. And Magic is saying Green Corner was the stopping point for bands from the east and west, and they will venture down St. Vincent Street. All right, so Ron, you could throw in them tablets. You are correct.
Before I take the other call, now Miss Dabney just called Richard and in defense of Miss Diego Martin.
Oh God, Sir Charles, you bring him back out up?
And she said that there was 6 days, not 10 days. Right? And she quoted from what she pulled from I think from what Ian's show or somewhere that was showing where there were murders and stuff. So I myself I'm gonna do some research myself because I know Google it here. And they are saying July 29th, 30th, 31st, August 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 had no murders. So
they want to go back in time and kill some people to satisfy this thing. What tribunals? What? I mean, whether it had murders or it didn't have murders.
No, well, it's an interesting thing to find out if it's true and what it had.
So is that the first time we had a 10 days without murders or days without murders? Is that the thinking? I don't understand. But missing, we don't have murders for 10 days and then in one day, bam, we have 5. It don't make it we have a problem in Trinidad.
Yeah, but there are still statistics, Wendell, whether they want to celebrate it or not.
What are statistics doing for me or the families who get killed? Look how a woman get killed. She living in her vehicle allegedly, right? Homeless. And I mean nobody as far as we are aware, because they would have been quick to say she was involved in this or she was involved in that. They tried to apparently rob her of a vehicle and kill her. 4 bullets. That is the problem right there.
All that. Everything, all that is in the news. So we talk about everything. Right. Caller, good morning.
Good morning, Richard.
Good morning, Cassie.
Pick up your phone. You're talking speakerphone in your bathroom. Pick it up.
Yeah, you're talking kind of far, and either the speakerphone or the headphones or something.
No,
not. I'm not hearing you as clear. You're far away from the phone or something?
No, I'm right here.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
Right, okay. Two things. One, I don't know if the reference to the bands playing in front of the police headquarters meant that when the bomb competition arena was right there in front of police headquarters on St. Vincent Street. So I don't know if that was the reference.
It could be that. It could be that.
Yeah.
Because the bomb competition is now by City Hall, right?
Headquarters. to render the bomb too. Yeah, that was the norm. Thing. The other thing is powder. Just a personal note, you know, like when I was small, my caregivers were my mom and her great uncle and great aunt, right? The three of them raised me, and they used to put powder on my face, and the reason was that my forehead was too shiny. You understand? I think when I look back at that, that is a hand-me-down from the colonial era, from colonial thinking, you know, and it extended itself into when I did maybe my first interview at TTT. The young man, I was in my 20s, and they wanted to put powder on my face, whether they like and I did. You know what I mean? I was becoming conscious, black conscious if you want to call it, and I refused, and you know, that powder thing, you know, that is what it means to me. You know, so if you have men, as the child asked, you men wearing powder and, you know, use the powder in their country, you know, that's what it means to me. Colonial whiteness. Thank you.
All right. No problem. Thanks very much, Cassie.
Oh, that is Cassie. I met him. I met him recently when he came for the tickets. Cassie Sengo.
This what he was doing, making the turn. Grand Bazaar ramp going around. And he didn't care.
That video already gave a picture of what way he's driving. Look at here.
Bad, holding up traffic around here. Check up on here for me, please. That KFC man trying to keep him do. He holding back traffic for everybody.
So the third video, of course, is the one that Charles, the one where it really showed him doing the bad driving. But Charles said it had obscene. But if you couldn't silence it and show it.
That probably would take editing.
Okay.
Yeah, that I would have to edit out that whole thing.
Because that's the one that really showing him doing the bad driving. And
You can't show it, but like, is there a master control, Charles, for video that you're broadcasting that you can reduce the volume?
Actually, no.
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
I wasn't sure.
Show the other one, but just show the beginning of it. Because if it have obscene, it's not at the beginning.
Download the next one.
Oh, okay. Because that's the one that really showed you. But it's that same vehicle who just was bad driving a bunch of people yesterday, apparently. For kicks. I assume it's for kicks. Unless he was having an episode. Must he meet some of the same people I meet? All right.
You're starting to sound like Mr. Patrick, eh? I just given you a warning signal.
Boy, you wouldn't believe it. Anyway, it says Rena Buru-Jennings is also saying the bomb competition was on Green Corner. I know the bomb competition to be held in front City Hall on Frederick Street. That is the bomb competition I know about. Unless it changed over the years. You know?
There used to be something
Cupid is also given a bit of history. Let me read this part. In the days of steel band violence, Green Corner was a borderline. Bands from the west wouldn't go beyond Donald Street, while only desperados would venture into the western domain. Yeah, that was the days of steel band clashes, I guess. And they have a tune called Steel Band Clash. Who sang that?
Yes, there is one.
Yeah.
Blakey.
Yeah. Friday we tried to do a light day to dedicate it to Pan and so on. And do some calypsos relative to Pan and whatnot. Who wrote more than anybody else? The Lord Kitchener himself. Every song he composed, calypso he composed, was dedicated to the Pan most times. You know?
Yeah. And what you can't take away from Lord Kitchener is that he wrote the calypsos that won him Road March.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I wonder if anybody else could say that.
Not really, no? Maybe Super Blue. But Super Blue was not Road March, he was Soca Monarch.
Mm-hmm.
But you're right, Kitchener wrote his own songs that won him Road March. Mm-hmm.
So does that make him the indisputable Road March king then?
Well, that's what he's known as. I don't think anybody will ever take that away from him. Just like Sparrow is the Calypso king of the world. I don't think anybody will ever take those two things away from them.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah, you're right. You're probably right.
I would hate to think that people would do that.
I'm a little mellow now because I've had breakfast.
Next thing I know, the woman drug you. Are you away from her? Is she anywhere close to you now?
She's sitting down right next to me in the car and she's
here. Oh, jeez and ages. Or go and find Richard.
Oh, God.
Or go and find Richard and save him, please.
That's when Stephen talking. Yeah, he have a place called Rum Shop if you want to go and look for him. Rum Box in St. James.
Oh, she is hearing you? Ma'am, leave my friend alone,
if you want to go and look for him to give him a piece of your mind, Rum Box in St. James next to Euphies. You can't miss it.
Hold on. So, Charles, take a call now if you can't get the video.
Yeah, okay, no problem. People call us 281-131-529-9516.
Yeah, that one talking there.
It's giving some other problems. Hello, good morning.
I see Charles. He's from El Dorado. Yeah.
Yeah, nobody in the car, you know. He must be by damn self.
He's sitting in the place having breakfast, so he can't talk too loud.
Okay.
Are you hearing any woman talking?
Nah, that's not a man. That's the caller. Lincoln. That Lincoln talking to somebody else in the background there.
If you hear a woman talking to Lincoln, it could get very non-radio friendly, so you better cut him.
Lincoln.
Yeah, good morning.
Right.
Morning, are you hearing me?
Yes, we're hearing you and the person you're talking to in the background.
Nice. Sorry about that.
Lincoln, are you ready? Sir Charles, I've sent you a copy of the video with no sound.
Hello?
Yes, Lincoln, go ahead.
Sorry about that, gentlemen. I saw that video on social media last night. And if there's ever a case where the police need to react in hindsight, I think that is one. That is a case where this man's license needs to be revoked and he needs to be ticketed for dangerous driving and all the good stuff. Now, I will tell you something. I have done something similar, not the same, not as drastic. What happened is that I hate when one of my peeves is when I'm on the right lane of the highway. I'm giving you lights, I'm giving you horn, but you insist on staying at 40 kilometers, 50 kilometers, and you're on the extreme right of the highway. I will overtake you, pass you, and go do the illegal thing, which is overtake you on the left. Pull back on the right, and I will drive at 20. You understand? Because if you could slow me down or keep me back, I will show you I will keep you back. Right? I said that to say...
Lincoln, when there is a therapist you need to talk to, because that's called road rage.
But...
Yeah, that
is... I said that to say, sometimes people just do a drive before that cause you to react a particular way. But he take it to the extreme where he was just, not having it. So while I yield for sometimes people just do things, sometimes you have to leave it alone. You have to teach them a lesson. And I doubt sometimes people just even get the lesson, but you have to know when to stop. And this man just wasn't stopping because I'm seeing this 3 or 4 different people over the course of yesterday or the day before, whenever it was. He was involved in and being recorded doing that foolishness.
Yeah.
Now, while I say that, I will be the first to admit
what I do is also wrong, eh? So let me don't get it twisted, and I'm aware it's wrong. But sometimes these people they see that particular drive. You cannot be on the right lane of the highway, which is a passing lane, and just cruising at your own speed. Woman putting on the makeup and the lip in the mirror and the pass lane of the highway. That is one of my biggest fear when driving.
Yep, I've raised it several times on this show.
Yeah.
I've raised it several times on this show.
All I need to take some ashwagandha gummies because that don't bother me at all. I simply pass them and continue on my way.
But
you all need ashwagandha in all your life. You, Wendell Stephen, and you, Lincoln, need to get some ashwagandha and take double dose before they start to drive.
No, I do it now and I calmly go on my way, you know. But it is a craziness that what's the word am I looking for? It's an endemic. No, it's not endemic. It's not the word I'm looking for. But it's a problem on the roads now. People are in the fast lane driving slowly and don't care. They don't care. They don't move away from anybody. And they have no approaching right turn or anything like that. But they just coolly going their merry way. And police see them, and I don't know that police do anything about it after.
Caller, good morning.
Calling back. Yes. About June month, the beginning of June month, the savanna grass by me was tall, like nearly some of those big trees in the savannah. And I was talking about it all the time. Till the grass coming out on the pavement, on the roadway itself, the drains blocked. It was a real disaster. But people who live opposite the savannah, they were cleaning their edges and so on, right? But the savannah was in total mess. Nobody could walk. Nobody could use the exercise machines. Nothing. Yesterday morning, I saw about 12 cars. I counted them, and a red van maxi, parked up alongside there. I was dropping my children out on the bus route. And when I was coming back, I stood down and I counted about 19 persons. Didn't start no work yet. That was like 6:20. I counted 19 persons in the bandstand sitting around. Well, I didn't go on the road for the rest of the day until this morning. When I reached this morning, they cut the savannah grass, but they left all the stuff as usual in the road, and the edges of on the road and so on, that's still in a mess. So the grass flat and this still tall thing still making the place look untidy. But there were only 2 persons there this morning when I passed there at 6:30. There were only 2. So if they're doing something, do it good and done, and not just in savannah that needs cutting. Every street in my district, in my area, is a total mess and high bush. And I'm not talking about people's property or your private property. We're talking about the government property. It is in shambles. And this NMOP, so puppy, dog, whatever thing it is, I don't know how they're working out just hearing, but it is not looking good. Our country is not looking good with all this forest. Okay, thank you very much.
All right. Maybe that task they had to cut the field.
All right. When I look the video that you're talking about.
This is the video, people. Watch this video. Watch this craziness with the same vehicle, eh? And he is doing it. I don't know how police can pass at that same time and realize what's going on. Because that area always have police too.
But he's driving like a police.
That's the first thing I mentioned to David West when he sent me that video. I said, he must be a police officer.
Yeah, he's driving like a very experienced person where that is concerned. He didn't look like no novice.
In terms of blocking.
Yeah.
These are 2 women he was blocking.
Yeah.
But he continued to do it to other people.
Yeah. Because when they moved to go across by Carib in this space there, he came across in front of them very quickly.
Yes. And blocked them in that road right there.
And then go inside of that area.
Yeah. Look at that. When they went in that road, he came behind them.
Yeah. And look how fast
the road straight opposite Carib Brewery entrance. Look at that.
he reached back there in no time. They didn't even reach the bus route.
Yeah. And when they tried to turn,
what you
that's crazy.
What would you do, Wendell, if you encounter that?
What would I do? I'd probably do the same thing the women do, because one of them actually called, I think, the police. I'm not sure if that's in that video. But look at that, he blocking them, and the guard came out from the car park, and he drove off, and they went towards the bus route. That is crazy behavior.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what to do, because honestly, I've never experienced that. You know what I mean? I've experienced idiots on the road, but I've never experienced somebody deliberately trying to block me off. I probably would have rammed the vehicle.
Nah, man, you wouldn't reach to that point.
Richard, that is stalker behavior. That is behavior. That's criminal behavior. If I could go to that extension.
Yeah, but I mean, at that point, you would probably just. I mean, I think the correct thing to do is to call the police, and praise one of the times the police will respond quickly.
Yeah, but Richard, if you're trying to drive off, because the safest thing to do is to try to get away from the person, right?
Yeah.
And the person is doing what that person is. What you will do? You would just. You would. How much of that you could tolerate? You understand?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because they moved out of his way, swung down the street. He went behind them.
Let me see how long you will stay there.
Anyhow, guys, it's time for us to go.
Yeah, obviously, something mental going on with that person. Yeah. No, we've not finished yet, Sir Charles. Obviously, something mental is going on with that person, and he needs to get some sort of help, including revocation, maybe, of driving privileges.
Yeah. I hope they make an example
privilege to
of
drive.
it. Yeah, I don't know. I probably would have. I don't know. I can't say now, boy, because that behavior is scary, and for women that would even be scarier. You understand?
Yep. I think Sir Charles ready to go, Wendell. You finished too.
Yeah. Folks, have an absolutely wonderful day. Remember to let go and let God. Oh Lord. Well, you get a guest to help me with
People, just a few more days, please go and get the remaining tickets on the cruise, please, right? Get your tickets, right? Saturday, we're looking for you, and we need you on board. So come on, pick up the rest of the tickets. Go check out Rumbox, go check out Crosby's, and of course, Bobby's Bar in Kirap. And of course, you can call any one of us. You know our numbers here at NETT, and you know all the DJs, you know the presenters. Call them, get a few tickets that we have outside there, right? Support the cruise. Even if you're not buy a ticket.
Or they're well playing up, because this cruise is also about making sure that this show can continue. I don't know if people understand that.
I don't think they do, Richard, tell them.
So it's also about the show continuing. So if it doesn't succeed, the show may come to an end. So, so stop playing up. Get your tickets. Even if you're not coming, show some support for what we do here every morning. For free.
Yes. Say that again.
For free. We do it purely for love and purely because Sir Charles asked us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? We get nothing for doing this. And of course, we have, we are opinionated people, so we have opinions. So,
and just in case you want to get an idea of the expenses, we actually pay to stream live on Gael, and we pay to get the StreamYard up and running. So those are expenses that we absorb every month ourselves without any return. Right?
So and it ain't cheap. So, if you value the show, buy a ticket, even if you can't attend. Send somebody to Robin Box or send somebody to Crosby's in St. James and get your tickets.
Yeah. And come the boat ride. It'll be nice. I mean, the weather permitting, it'll be nice. It'll be a nice time. You understand? All you'll get to dance with Richard. He likes to dance. He's dance up with people whenever he go out. If you see him. So all you'll get to dance with him.
Yeah, and I beat Galen already for the wind down low. So.
I thought I might have beat you. I thought I might have beat you to that, but okay, take it. Go through, brother.
I have so many replies to that, but I will keep them to myself. So, people have a fantastic day. Remember to smile and laugh. It's great for your health. It is. Laugh every single day. Don't let anybody or anything or whatever is going on planet Earth stop you from laughing at some point during the day. And hopefully you did it during this show, because when you do, it's even a double dose. You're even healthier. So have a fantastic day. Remember to smile and laugh. Of course, netradiott.com continues on the web. So you can continue to listening there. And, of course, you can listen on your smart devices by saying play NETT Radio on TuneIn. NETT Radio Trinidad on TuneIn. That's what you say to your smart devices, and you're good to go. You have all of the excellent programming throughout the day. We know you have a choice in what you listen and what you watch in the morning, wherever you are on planet Earth, and we're glad that you have such excellent taste that you chose us. We speak to you bright and early tomorrow morning, which will be Wednesday and midweek. You have been watching and listening to
The Breakfast Show.
Get up, it's the time to start the day. The Breakfast Show is here. We bring in the soca way. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Wake up, it's a brand new dawn. The Breakfast Show got the vibes turned